on time. On time. Oh. Hello! EJ Hardy, Sleepy Joe, Hoodie, J-How, Blackfire, Drachna, Gray Matter, Charles, Broccolini, Captain Rock, Coda Bear. Vanthy, Schmeckle, Sleepy, Mobius. Hello. Hello, everybody. How you doing? How was your weekend? My God, it's been multiple days since I have heard from you. RDC West, what's good, playa? Toilet Pete, thank you for the tier 1. Tonic Element, what's good? Professor Chaos, thank you for the 16 months, 18 months. 18-month anniversary and no flannel. It's weird because when I wear flannels, I feel like it's a constant object of mockery. It's like a constant source of stress and distaste from the chat. And then when I don't wear flannels, it's like, where's the flannel? Isn't that a weird... It's almost like there's a zero win. I haven't worn flannels because it's been hot as fuck. It's been hot as fuck, and I need to roll my sleeves up. Yes, I did see the Albertsons Kroger merger got halted. We'll see. But yes, good. Big A, I found a glitch. Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, what? You found a glitch for a fast food chain that gives you free food? How do I stop myself from going every day? I mean, the first thing you should do is, ironically, you should not tell us. If you tell, maybe you could tell chat. You could tell chat right now. But if you put it on TikTok, it's over. If you're like, oh, I found this cool hack. You put it on TikTok, it's over. You should probably gatekeep it if it's real. But that could be fucking awesome. Hey, Atrioc, I passed the physical exam I need to take in order to graduate from my military academy. Congrats. I also passed the physical exam needed to become a streamer. It's extremely rigorous. Only the best and the brightest can do it, and I did do it. So thanks. Congrats to me, I guess, as well. He uses his... I'm sorry. Is your secret discount for fast food just robbing the place with a gun? Because if you're going to do that, you go to a bank. Don't... The least exciting place to rob would be a fast food place. That's not... That's like really high risk and very low reward. Yeti! Yeti, I'm surprised to see you here. Thank you for the 51 months. Isn't it Path of Exile week or something? Aren't you completely enamored with some new Path of Exile sassafras? Isn't there a... I would assume you have the shades down. I'm running on 10 hours of sleep since Friday. Well, enjoy, sir. I did my own nerdy thing yesterday. I went to... let me see if I can find it. I went to... this at 100 Thieves headquarters. I went to this Travis Gafford's hosted 100 Thieves magic event where 50 people came out from esports and competed in a fight to the death. I'll move my camera back here. In a fight to the death for the new magic set. How'd you do? Oh, great question. I got first. Oh, right here, me, right here against Jarvis. Yeah, I got first. First place, baby. Number 1 of the whole goddamn group. Wait, really? You're that into Magic? I don't have to be that into it. Kev just got gamer. I don't have to be that into it, bro. I just show up and I play to win, dude. I play to win. The trick is, so what it is it's called sealed. They give you 6 booster packs, and you have to make a deck out of it. And whoever makes the best deck win. My secret is I bring 40 extra booster packs from home, and I hide them in my pockets. And so when I'm making my deck, I just crack, keep putting in more rares. It's like a little trick of the trade. Only the top level play. It's talent. You know what I'm saying? You can't teach that. No, I just won. It was sick. It was fucking dope. I didn't even lose a game, bro. I went 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. I was done before everybody, and at the end of it, they said first place Atrioc. It was fucking cracked. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. It was fucking awesome. They even had dude. 100 Thieves has a basketball court, so I was winning my matches so fast that I was going out there and just shooting hoops. I'm not kidding. It was actually a dope day for me. It was actually like my dream day. I just won a game and then I played basketball. Why is there so many thieves? I don't know. Good question. Good question. For being thieves, they were all pretty nice. How'd you meet Travis? I have known Travis Gafford since forever ago. League of Legends days. I don't even remember where I first met him, but it's probably 2012 or 13 I first met Travis. I joined stream a little too late to hear what game it is you just crushed at. Oh, it was Olympic basketball. Thanks for asking. Yes, they brought me out. Yes, we got gold. Yes, LeBron and I did an alley-oop to finish it off, posterizing Wemby in France. It was a good day. It was a good day. Was Kobe there? After I got the gold, they put the gold around my neck. I looked up and it was like a Force ghost in Star Wars, and I saw Kobe Bryant looking at me, and he nodded his head and said, "That's Mamba." This happened. I mean, I'm just telling you this happened. I don't know what to tell you. This is not like Jason Tatum ass story. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you all are doing well. Today is Marketing Monday. We're going to do an ad review on all of the Olympics ads and a little breakdown on Olympic ads in general, which should be fun. I'm also going to talk about the Venezuela elections a little bit and a couple other things. It should be fun. It should be a good time. We also have 22 minutes to just answer questions and vibes. So, I love watching USA beat Serbia and Jason Tatum not get a single second of playtime. Yeah, it was very funny. I gotta be honest with you. I'm just loving Olympic basketball. It's just so fun. I don't know what to tell you. It's like the most proud to be an American I've ever been. Every time I watch one, I'm like fucking. I'm a patriot, bro. I have an American flag cape. I want to show my dad Marketing Monday, which is the best one to show him first. I think start off with the that Squidward video. You know, get him right into the good stuff. Start off with Squidward. And then, you know, start off with a Reddit recap about Coffee Cow. So he gets the real humor and the jokes. You know what I'm saying? And expand from there. Do the Pop-a-thon. Do the Hollow Knight boss tier list, and then you can get down to like the China video. If I had my honest answer is like, I think the most you wouldn't need to understand any jokes and also straightforward, but also I think good would be the China one. The China debt crisis. It's also hyper relevant to today. Like everything in that video has only come true. So I think that's the best one. But show him the Chili's video. Hey, Dad, I watched this content creator. He does like some marketing and business stuff. Here, why don't you sit down and watch this 32-minute video where he sits alone in a Chili's and talks to himself. That'll really get you on board. It's so crazy that's a main channel video. We do it different on over at Big A Industries, dude. We do it different. We just mix it all in. We mix it all in a pot. That video is going to explode on the algo someday, and I will be happy. I promise you it won't. I promise you Chris Del G 21 that one day it's not going to hit the algo. The fact that 250,000 people watched it is already insane. Do you think about that? That is like the world's biggest stadium 2.5 times over. Watch me in a Chili's. 250,000 people. Already, that's too many as it is. It's not going to hit the algo. Yo, Atrioc, my friend, what's to know wins best tweets? Atrioc, my friend, what's to know wins best tweets? You can cut the what's to know out of that sentence. Atrioc, you can cut the you. It doesn't make sense. Atrioc, actually, my friend as well. Atrioc, comma, wins best tweets. That's how the perfect sentence. Everything else about this is totally unnecessary. I don't have a direct answer for you, but I did receive. Who messaged me today? Someone sent me a resume and said, hey, I can really help you do best tweets. Who was it? It was Lemonary. Lemonary sent me a legitimate resume and a screenshot of me laughing at a tweet they linked. And so I said, okay, can you get me a best tweets of July? And they thumbs up. So we'll see. We'll see. We will see. We'll see. I also told them to give me an estimate of what time it took and how much it cost after they sent it, which is dangerous. It's always dangerous because I have been in situations where I asked for work. They came back with work that wasn't good, but with a bill that was way higher than I expected to pay. And it's like an awkward spot for the creator because if I don't pay, it's like, I'm an asshole. You did the work. But I feel like I've been cheated. Do you know what I'm saying? I've been cheated because you haven't done anywhere close to what I was expecting. So I end up having to pay through the nose, but at least, it's not a repeat business, I guess. Yeah, man, you're truly the most oppressed millionaire out there. Okay. Can I just be honest, Quack, about a small challenge that I face without being class warfared? Okay? It's just a small, simple challenge. Atrioc, do you think Biden should invade Venezuela? Yes, of course. Yes, I've always said that. That is my first and most important political position, is that Joe Biden should personally, and he should lead the charge. That's the only thing, is I don't just want America to invade Venezuela. I would like Joe Biden to personally, in a ghillie suit, crawl on shore with a sniper and start attacking Venezuela. Take down Maduro. You are just my entertainment slave. While that is in some ways true, I do have the capability of lashing back, so I can ban you. So even though in some ways the collective chat is my boss, you individually are not, and now you're banned. It's a real tete-a-tete. Yo, Atrioc, when do you plan on releasing crew necks? Oh, good question. I have fucking no idea. I have no idea, bro. But I do want to do it. Have you ever done resume reviews? Dude, way back in the day. Any OGs remember that? We used to do resume reviews with Slime. That was like year one. It was me and Slime resume reviewing. It was funny because, okay, so at the time, this is no disrespect, but at the time I worked at NVIDIA and was hiring people at NVIDIA. So I had some experience, and I brought on a guest, my friend Brian Tran, who is a lifelong recruiter for Blizzard, Riot, Twitch, etc. And he had a lot of good advice. And then Slime would round out the package by talking about a time his hot coworker at McDonald's gave him a boner on the job. It wasn't like so specific. I think he was currently working for Ludwig, so it wasn't like, and they weren't even hiring. So I wasn't doing a lot of, the fact that we never got a video out of that is so tragic because it was pre even me having a YouTube, I think. I think it was pre me having a YouTube, but man, those were funny streams. Would you ever do it again? Well, I'll tell you, I am doing on Thursday of this week, chatter interviews. If you have an interesting job that you'd like to share, chatter interviews on Thursday. They're fun. They're happy. Man who's never heard of adjectives. Man who's never ever read a book in his life and has like 3 words. They're good. Okay? They're fucking good. They're happy. They're nice. Yeah, so it should be great. I really enjoy them, and we've got enough people, and it'll be good. Non-marketing jobs, it's any job, bro. Any job. If you have an extremely unique job and you'd like to have you really want to get it in there, then you can message me on Twitter DMs, and I'll see if I can slot in a slot for it. But it's pretty much going to be show up and go. Does Atrioc chatter count as a job? It is one of the hardest. Like, it's tough because it's not paid, right? But it is harder than the Marines. Like, let me put it like this. If I was boarding an airplane and 2 people wanted to go in front of me and one was a decorated U.S. Marine with a Purple Heart and one was an Atrioc chatter, I would like the chatter. In fact, I would probably trip the Marine to make sure the chatter had more time to get it on the plane. But that's just because I'm a patriot and I'm brave. But the Marine don't bleed purple. Dude, when I worked at Twitch, there was a very real... It sounds crazy now. If you're a newer Twitch viewer, you probably don't even understand this. There was a time when chatters actually liked Twitch. Like in 2014, people thought Twitch was cool. They thought the company was cool. They thought it was a community where like they liked the platform and streamers they didn't even watch. They just felt like it was like, oh, we're gamers, we're different. We bleed purple. And that has been destroyed so unanimously, so thoroughly, that it's like funny to even suggest. It sounds weird to say. But there was a time when it was like, I'm not loyal to just one streamer or whatever streamers I watch. I'm loyal to Twitch. I bleed purple. This is cool. It's like gamers having a place on the internet. And it's like, that's so crazy now. It's so crazy. Taylor Swift fan, thank you for the 6 months. Europe, thank you for the tier 1. Thank you for the subs. I gotta be honest with you. This is, I'm telling you, I'm radical candor is what I call this. When I skipped stream on Saturday, I lost 600 subs. I'll say it. I skipped stream on Saturday. I lost 600 subs that day. That's crazy. That's a backlash. Okay? And I'm not the asshole, and it's not deserved. I literally had to go to Rachel's birthday party. There's just no getting around that. If I ever become a person who turns down a friend's birthday, by the way, she wrote the nicest, you know how like on your birthday you're supposed to get gifts, but instead she gave gifts. She gave everyone at her birthday like this thoughtful card, and she wrote me and Ari the nicest fucking card I've received. And it was all about like what we mean to her as friends and like specific and like little pictures of like times we've hung out, and it was so nice. And it's like, why the fuck didn't I stay home to stream? Why the fuck didn't I skip her birthday so that I could stream and make more subs? Insane, dude. How will you afford another solo Chili's dinner? I got to be honest with you. Well, I'm not going to say this yet. Hold me to... Well, no, not even hold me to this. I don't even know. I'm not... I will just tell you. This is an honest fact. I need to be careful about this. I don't want any wrong implications, and I don't want people to run with this. However, I have made a truly staggering amount of money recently on a stock, is what I'll say. A non-NVIDIA stock. Not million, not nothing, but like a lot of money. I'm not gonna say anymore because it's still gambling. It is still gambling, and this was a high risk pick that I did with a small amount of money, but it did do really well. So I'm not. I might talk more about it, but let's make sure I haven't even sold yet, so let's make sure I haven't. I'm not fucking stupid. But I had this idea and it did work. Diamond Hands. I'm putting the house on Yeah, it was GameStop. It's nothing that ludicrous, but it was a small cap, so it has potential to move a lot more, and it did. It just did. Did you mention... No. You heard him, boys. Don't need to sub anymore. We're rich from stonks. I mean, technically. Sure. Ad free, though. Yo, Big A. Big A, Atrioc specifically. Who do you fuck... If you say Big A on my stream, I assume you're talking to me. You do not need to... That's so unnecessary. Big A. Love your stuff. Mainly just the Hollow Knight boss tier list. Okay, you're a real fan. Oh, I lost your message. I lost your message, but it seemed like it was stupid. Now that I look at the rest of it. You also ended it with Stay Glizzy. It's so cool that Squeaks came up with the name Big A. Where the fuck did you hear that? That Squeaks did not invent the name Big A. That's not true. Oh yeah, I remember he said they call me Big A too because I have a big ass. I remember that. That was true. Hey Truck, my best friend proposed yesterday. 'Twas Pog. Want to shout him out, Mr. Legit? Are you saying you got proposed to, or just separately? Your friend proposed to someone else, and you're just happy for them. 'Twas Pog is also very funny. I mean, congrats. First of all, congrats either way. Either way, congrats. I think if it is just your friend and you give like a best man speech or something or whatever, you should use the phrase "'twas Pog." 'Twas indeed Poggers on this day. Just to get the crowd really going. Her parents will love that. Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking Poggies. That's fucking brain rot. You should stream it too. You should stream it. It's giving Poggies. Is It's Giving still... Am I crazy? And I could be crazy. Because I actually consume less TikTok than I used to. Is It's Giving being used less? Doesn't it feel a little... It feels a little gone. I'm not saying it's gone, but it doesn't... Yeah, it feels kind of... It's giving Unk vibes. 8ish started using it, so it end of lifespan. Editor on editor crime, bro. Editor on editor crime. This is what happens, bro. You put them on different channels, they start fucking fighting, dude. They start fucking Snapping at each other. Oh, clips? A little short, huh? Not like a main channel video. Takes a little more effort. Yo. Where I live, there's this thing called Sealy app, which gives back 5% and is free of tax if you use it to buy a first property. Not sure how good it is. What? Is this an ad? As a young guy, eventually once this house feels good, but I can't tell. Yeah, it sounds fine, man. If you want a house and it's going to help you do that, listen, there's a lot of first-time house buyer credits in different countries that are great. And you should use all of them if you're buying your first house. If you're buying your first house, look long and hard for anything that is a bonus for first-time homeowners, because it's very politically popular to give you a bonus. So I would use it. Isn't a mortgage just Klarna for houses? Damn, in a way, it really is. In a way, it really is. I think you should reverse that because buy now, pay later is new. Buy now, pay later is just credit cards with obfuscated fees and charges. But yes, it's all debt. It's all debt in some way or another. But the terms for mortgages are the best. So, like, especially in America, there's so many things set up to allow you to get a better deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you borrowed $500,000 on a credit card, the interest rates would be astronomical. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the amount they'd make you pay to try, but on a mortgage, you can get that at 6% right now, or, you know, something reasonable, relatively reasonable. So, you know, you have to understand that, like, the 30-year mortgage is like such an incredible subsidy. Did you ever listen to the Freakonomics that said digital marketing doesn't really work? Well, we talk about it a little bit today in the Olympics ad review. I do talk about it. I wouldn't say it doesn't really work. Of course it works. Let me get specific. I am a firm believer, and I felt this at NVIDIA as well, that digital ads are nearly useless. And by that, I mean like a digital banner ad, anything like a pop-up, anything like I think ads on content, like YouTube ads, can still work. And then I think social media and specifically influencer programs can obviously work. So if you get like a digital influencer, somebody Instagram famous or whatever, to talk about your product, that can work. TikTok can talk about your product, that can work. But like the old school digital ads, like buying ad space on IGN or whatever, that shit's useless. Less than everyone completely ignores it. But here's the worst part. It's worse than useless because not only do they ignore it, but then there's so much fraud. There's so much fraud in the system where you get false clicks, fake clicks, like middlemen scamming you out of your money. And all of that makes you think that it's trackable, that it's working. But then the sales don't actually go up. You're not actually getting more sales. So much money has been poured into this from marketers all over the world at all different companies. And the return has been so low. There's actually a great book on it. Subprime Attention Crisis, which is funny. I bought this book thinking it was about how we're all losing our attention spans. I'm not kidding. I bought this book based on the title, and I thought it was about it's literally only about how there's so much click fraud in advertising. It's literally about how there's click fraud. It's like a very specific book about how middlemen do an incredible amount of fraud to suck the money out of big advertisers and don't tell them. But the thing is, here's the crazy part. So let's say you are a mid-level executive at, I don't know, Coca-Cola, okay? And you've got a marketing budget. And you're like, I'm going to spend it on direct click ads. And you spend it. And then you get a report back saying, we got millions of clicks. It was pretty successful. If in your heart, you know it's a fraud, if you go to your boss and say, hey, we wasted all this money, you're fired. But if you go to your boss and say, hey, this was super successful, look at this report I was given, you get promoted. So it's like, the thing about digital advertising is it's much easier to track, but much less successful. True brand advertising is always a gamble because you can't track it. Things like commercials, billboards, really good influencer partnerships, you can't track how successful they are. You can see sales spikes around the same time, but it's tough to, it takes a while. It's tough, you know what I'm saying? But that's the only one that actually works. And those can also fail. Half of advertising is wasted. The trouble is knowing which half, right? That's the famous quote. So anyway, it's very fascinating. It's something I thought a lot more about when I was at NVIDIA. I don't really care anymore because I don't have to. I just don't click ads. And I know that no one else does. But we'll talk about it a little bit. Famous quote. It is a famous quote. Half of all advertising is wasted. The trouble is knowing which half. Anybody in marketing will know that quote who reads books. Not anybody in marketing, but that's a famous quote. Have you read The Shock Doctrine by Naomi Klein? No. Is it about like a really shocking doctrine? Sounds interesting. Big A, I'm so tired after work, but I still need to make dinner. I would launch into a Factor ad so fucking quick if they still sponsored me. Just want you to know, if Factor still sponsored me, I wouldn't even blink. They wouldn't have to pay me for it. I would launch into it so fucking quick. I don't know what to do now. Did you watch Ludwig put up 0 points? Bro put up 2 rebounds. That's my GOAT. That's my GOAT, okay? 2 rebounds. Team player. Contributed. He's a hustle. He had a hustle out there. He's a coach's athlete. Bit off topic here, and I know that you probably get this message all the time. I love this message. This is you saying that you read Red Rising and enjoyed it. I love this message. This is one of my favorite messages to receive because it's somebody saying, hey, I haven't really read a book in a while. Red Rising got me back into it. I really enjoyed it. Thanks. It's awesome. It's super duper awesome. I love hearing it. I love hearing it. There's a joy in reading, and people forget that it can be fun. Because school grinds it out of you. School is like designed to make reading as unfun as possible so that every kid grows up thinking it's a chore and not something they could actually enjoy. Axe Flame, thank you for the 35 months. Much appreciated. Much fucking appreciated. Still waiting for that As Gods Among Men review. Dude, the book was just the book was a bit of a snoozer. I actually really am regretting that I recommended it to people. We literally sold copies of it. It was bundled on with Red Rising on Amazon because people bought it so much from this community. But it was a snoozer. I could still make a thing on it. It's not that it. I actually think there's enough interesting stuff to make a pretty good presentation, but I'm behind on 14 presentations, so I don't want to add that. But it was a bit of a snoozer. For a book club, no good. Was it good but boring? I think that is a good description of it. I do think it was good. I think the idea was good. But it was just like, he was so concerned with the academia of it. Like, so much of the book is him, like, going through the methodology and process and like get to the results, lie to me. Fucking, you know what I'm saying? Just tell me your interesting conclusions and I'll just run with them. Atrioc, I'm going to China in a few days. Do you have any tips for me to stay safe and not get taken in by Xi Jinping? What do you mean taken in? You should try to become his best friend. I would love it if an Atrioc chatter and Xi Jinping were close, because then I'd have a one connection. Do you know what I'm saying? I would show up. I would stand in the middle of like Beijing and say, should I go to Taiwan or China? What's the difference? And then everyone will clap. And then you will immediately get a big handshake from Xi Jinping. And ideally, move up the ranks. Atrioc, I'm currently halfway through my associate's degree. I just got offered a $75,000 athletic scholarship for a bachelor's degree I don't need. I plan on working blue collar. Should I take it? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, do it, bro. Fucking take the opportunity. You know what? You're going to have a blast. It'll be just a fun time. They're going to cover your schooling. You get to play a sport you like. You never know what you might need a degree for later on. Again, I'm a huge, I think our system is fucked up in requiring a degree so often when a degree doesn't really help for most jobs. However, the reality on the ground is like 70% of jobs now require a degree. It's something like, I think the stat I heard was like 30% of available jobs now are degreeless. So maybe you have a perfect plan, and I'm not saying blue collar isn't a great way to go, especially in this economy, but it can't hurt you to have a degree, especially if they're going to pay for it, bro. The worst part about schooling is the student loans. It's so damn expensive. The price keeps going up, and the quality doesn't match. So I would say take it, bro. Can't wait to see you at TwitchCon. Excited! You're going to the live show? I would promote it, but we're already sold out. But if you're going to TwitchCon, I will be there. And we're having a live show. My degree helped me become CEO of Amazon. Wow, congratulations, Andy Jassy. I didn't know you were a 9-month subscriber. Thank you so much, bro. Good to see you. Good to see you. I've told this story. This is my, and every time I think of Andy Jassy, I just think of this because it's my only experience with him. Because I wasn't at Twitch that long after Amazon got there. But the funniest thing about Andy Jassy is he used to run Amazon's most successful business, the cloud business. If you guys don't know, like almost every website is hosted on AWS, Amazon Web Services, which is their cloud. And he was a rocket ship. That makes all of Amazon's profit. Amazon's entire like delivery business is like flat to even, zero margin, makes almost no money, because they reinvest it all. But the cloud business is so profitable that it like makes the rest of the business profitable. And so Andy Jassy runs that. It's a huge success. He gets rocket shipped to the top and he becomes CEO when Jeff retires. Incredible story. But before he was CEO, he was head of that business. And as he was getting promoted, they kept giving him more and more responsibility. And one thing they gave him was Twitch and all of the game stuff for Amazon. Because they're like, oh, cloud, the internet, you love games. So they gave him all of the games. So Andy Jassy had all of this under him. And Twitch, as you guys may or may not know, lost a fuck ton of money. Very unprofitable company. And they had just bought it for $1 billion. And they were like, why is it making no money? But thankfully, at the exact same time he was given control of Twitch, he was also given control of Amazon Game Studios, which made games like New World and shit. And they lost so much money, it made Twitch look good. So Andy Jassy only had time to yell at one of us. And he would avoid yelling at Twitch because of how bad Amazon Game Studios was. So Twitch went under the radar. You know, the Eye of Sauron wasn't on them for a long time. Until later, and they had to fire the CEO and everything. But at the time, like, Twitch skated for so long because of how bad Amazon Game Studios was. Which is like a funny little memory. Big A, do I become a glorketer and watch the stream? Or do I do my 16-page A-push essay summer assignment that's doing a week? Who gives a shit? You're going to do an assignment that's doing a week today? Also, ChatGPT, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. You're going to do it a week ahead? If it's due tomorrow, due tomorrow. No, I don't know. Do people still legitimately write 16-page essays for class without ChatGPT? I feel like that's so impossible to resist. I feel like that's so impossible to resist. The students I knew in high school, none of us, if we had the opportunity to have it generate, or like what we probably would do if it was like an honors class, you know, and you're really trying to fucking, you would generate it, and then I would probably just change it. You know what I'm saying? You would generate a 16-page essay, and then you would change it. You would like, but it would still be like majority. ChatGPT is going to ruin the next generation? Yeah. I mean, yeah. They're saying it was, I mean, you can never know. It's so extremist. But like, again, I talked to you guys that I read our teachers on Reddit because I think it's fascinating. And they just hate COVID kids. Our teachers fucking hate COVID kids. Every generation of COVID, like the fucking, they call them the stupidest, fucking laziest sacks of shit. All COVID kids are like, they can't pay attention, they can't write, they can't read. They went from like asking for absences to just telling you. That's the main thing I hear is like, COVID kids will be like, hey, I'm not going in today. Thanks for understanding. They'll send that email to their teacher. Like they don't even ask anymore. They don't say, they just, like that's so common now apparently, which is just, to me, that's crazy. So yeah, it's definitely changing. I think larger implications are probably overhyped, but I do think there's like some behavior stuff that is like shocking to teachers. And it's not just our teachers. I have a friend, two friends actually, who are teachers in Arizona, and they have both said, even one of them was like, I love the kids. Like he's like the most godlike teacher. He's like the most, I believe in the students. I actually think, I've never seen a better group of brighter kids. Even he's like some of the stuff with the parents too. Dude, he fucking hates millennial parents. So, let me roast myself as well, or roast the millennial parents are bad, dude. In that, and this is his take, and again, this is only one person's take in one part of the country, but like, millennial parents are so uninvolved in their child's academic success, as in like they don't care. They do not care. They are just they're putting them in school. Maybe not they're uninvolved with their life or whatever, but like in terms of like, parent teacher being involved, checking on them, making sure that they don't care. It's a students go to school. The school has to deal with it. It's not a parent involved process to the millennial. That's so Hufflepuff of them. again, these are all broad strokes. Obviously, we're talking about multiple tens of millions of people. There's individuals, but as a broad trend, he's been in teaching for a while, and I think he's noticing a difference. Thoughts on the elections now? I think Kamala's on an upswing you cannot deny. Trump is freaking the F out, and the way he's campaigning for him. I've said this. What I'm saying, I said the election's going to be close. It's obviously going to be, based on today, it's going to be close. But if I was a betting man, I would still give it to Trump electorally. I just follow the polls, bro. I read the polls every day. I look at the polls. I keep an eye on them. I think, dude, it's very annoying to me. I'll say this. It's very fucking annoying to me that I made a clip, not even a video, just me riffing on stream, a clip riffing on the JD Vance couch stuff and just talking about how JD Vance is like an extremely unpopular VP choice. And I got a bunch of people being like, basically shut up and dribble. I got a lot of fucking shut up and dribble. Listen, marketing guy, don't. And I'm like, first of all, I'm debt free and rich. I don't need your fucking 2-cent fucking ad watching my fucking Big A clips. So shut the fuck up. I'm absolutely not going to shut up and dribble. I'll make fun of JD fucking Vance if I want to. All right? That's the first thing. That's the first thing I want to say. It was very frustrating to me. I was like, what the fuck? Don't fucking try to tell me to, like you can. And the second thing is, it's not like I'm fucking out of left field. I think I, more than anyone else on the fucking internet, gave JD Vance a fair shake. I did a whole fucking PowerPoint. I went through his fucking entire voting history. I gave good sides and bad sides. I gave him a fucking shot. However, nobody can deny that he is like, statistically, I think the lowest favorability rating for a VP candidate ever. Less than Palin. Okay? He has the lowest ever right now. It's fucking, yeah, it's -6. Okay? So even Republicans fucking hate him. Ben Shapiro, okay? I don't agree with Ben Shapiro on much. Ben Shapiro on his fucking podcast, which I of course watch religiously. I didn't just find this quote. Ben Shapiro said if he had a time machine, he would go back and stop Trump from picking Vance. Okay? So I'm not going to apologize. Shut the fuck up, stupid ass commenters. And I still think, by the way, you know, of all that, you think I'm fucking biased, I still think Trump's going to win the election. Based on my core thesis for the whole year, which is written up there on my fucking predictions that I still can't leak because I never finished the video. My core thesis, which is that incumbents are going to do badly. But it's so weird because Biden is no longer an incumbent. When I made that prediction, I was like, Biden will lose 1,000% no matter what. It's so different now that Biden legitimately dropped out of the race. But my theory is that incumbents will always do badly all over the world because the economy globally is bad. Inflation up. Job opportunities down. So that's my theory, and it'll change. I mean, America's a unique case, and we'll see how it goes. We're so much crazy news that shifts the election week to week. It's so wild to me that, like, in the past 30 days, Joe Biden did the debate. The Trump assassination attempt happened. Biden was pressured into dropping out. Kamala became the new nominee. They endorsed her, and now she's the front runner before the DNC happens. This is all in 30 days. This is 1 month ago. How Biden got like all this shit is within 1 month. That's crazy. Yeah, JD Vance was chosen. The RNC having the IDK Kamala is looking good. I agree, but also you have to understand that at this point, what is it? June, July? Sorry, I'm fucking smoking weed. At the end of July in 2020, Biden was leading by 8 points. Okay? Biden was +8. Now Kamala is like -2. So you understand that, like, even though she's doing good, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a debate would be huge. We have to see if they'll do it. We have to see if they'll do it. I need a little more time on the timer, but this is my last one, I think. It's my last one. And then we'll go into Olympics. There's so many fun Olympic things to talk about. Yeah, exactly. This is my main takeaway from this thought, is that if all of that happened in 30 days, what's going to happen in the next 99? Understand that. Understand that shit is going to... shit we can't even think about right now is going to happen in the next 99 days that's going to shake everything up. LeBron is carrying this U.S. team on his back? Yes, he is. My GOAT, dude. I'm switching. LeBron James is the GOAT of basketball. I said it. I'm not even like a... wait, I repeat. Wait, let me add one addendum. LeBron James is the greatest of all time for basketball until they make another Michael Jordan documentary that I watch. At which point I will flip. Okay? Once I watch a good Michael Jordan documentary, I'll be like, damn, he really was fucking different. He really was the GOAT. And then, but until that time, I am a LeBron stan. I think LeBron is the GOAT. I've pivoted. Put LeBron on the $1 bill. You said it, but I would support it. You can keep Washington on there. It would just be Washington getting posterized. The $1 bill is LeBron just posterizing Washington with a fucking incredible dunk. That'd be awesome. If LeBron was president, I would join the military, not gonna lie. Okay, that's... that might be too far. And I was on a roll. I was on a pro LeBron roll. I don't think you should fucking sign up for the Corps because LeBron James is in the White House. That doesn't... life, liberty, LeBron. Okay. I feel like I've unleashed something here. I feel like I made a mistake. Captain L'America. I would take a bullet for President LeBron. That's good. Protect the ears. That's where they target. If LeBron told me to go fight in China, I'm hopping on the plane instantly. First of all, I think the last person who can tell you to fight in China is LeBron James. So you don't have to worry about that so much. If China needs help, yeah, if China's under attack from someone, LeBron might send you to help shore up their defenses. He might tell you to man the wall, but I don't think he's going to tell you to attack. I served under LeBron would sound cool. Like a fucking sticker. I served under LeBron. Let me blow my nose before we start. We got a short timer. I'm LeBron lawyer. This is the last. At the end of this timer, we're going. We're going hard in the paint. All right. 3 minutes on the clock. I'm going to tell a really funny story, but while I'm doing that, I'm going to run an ad. If you'd like to subscribe to Support Marketing Monday, please check out if you have a Prime right below the stream. Running the ad, and then we're ready to go. You heard it? It was me blowing my nose. By the way, I don't know how much I can explain this. When I talk a lot on stream, it like starts building up my nose, and then I have to blow my nose. It's annoying. I didn't know this was fucking existing. That's the funniest story you've ever told. Yeah, guys, please lean into this. All right, I lost 600 subs on fucking Saturday. All right, lean into it. Just tell me how funny the fucking story is. Big A, look at this funny Olympic basketball meme. Or at least you guys can see this. This is subscriber exclusive.
Dude, I'm so excited.
Subscriber exclusive.
Tonight.
What's tonight?
The U.S. versus China.
Wait, what?
Yeah, everybody's talking about it. How do you not know this?
I don't know. I saw like an article that said this was imminent, but I didn't know it was like happening tonight.
Get ready, because it's tonight. All right, do you want to watch it together?
It's on TV?
Yeah, obviously. Some of the guys are going to watch it at a bar later if you want to join.
That does not seem like an appropriate place to watch.
What are you talking about?
What happens if we lose?
That's it. We're done. It's over.
We win?
Then I think we take on Germany?
Again?
Yeah, Germany's looking pretty good, but the way we just like pummeled Switzerland a few days ago, I feel pretty good about it.
Switzerland?
Yeah, we took them out. LeBron was just bodying dudes.
James. We sent LeBron James out there?
Yeah, Steph Curry too, because I think that we just needed shooters.
I am just so confused.
That's good. I would send LeBron James to the front lines. That's just a fact. I would just do that. I think LeBron James would be a good platoon commander. You want him to die? I want him to win. Okay? Him with the flag? Storming the beach? That would be crazy. Did you see the new Sahib Singh? No, but I'll watch it right now because I love Sahib Singh. Sahib Singh might be my comedy goat of the internet age. Brown dudes trying to find their new goat after Drake.
None of these sit right with me.
Yeah, man, I don't know.
What about Ghana, dude?
Fat.
He's kind of big.
His regular size.
We have to go back to our roots.
What?
The first brown boy to get it poppin'. From Canada. Nav. Navraj Singh.
I don't know who that is.
He's also fat.
Yeah, he's kind of. Plus, guys, he's saying the N-word a lot, and that doesn't sit right with me.
I don't mind.
That's actually a big plus for
Okay,
me.
does it have to be a rapper?
I guess not.
Fuck, man, we're gonna be here all night.
It was right in front of us this whole time.
What?
You didn't point it at
We haven't been thinking big enough. Think bigger. The first brown boy to get it poppin'.
I just said that.
From Canada.
Also, just said that.
Yes.
Go bigger. On the scene. 20 racks don't feel like nothing to me. Came from the streets, it turned me to a beast. Invisible set diamonds up in my piece. But me for a shot, I need 80 at least. I want to smoke, ain't no keep.
Waheguru ji ka khalsa, Waheguru ji ki fateh.
None of these sit.
Let's go, Trudeau. A true goat. A true goat. It is crazy Trudeau did that. And this is just tough. You know what I'm saying? This is tough to have out there as a photo. That's a tough one. Who's this? Prime Minister of Canada. When is their elections? I feel like Trudeau's in for a shellacking based on the incredible Atrioc theory of incumbents will always lose. 2025? Yeah. I think he's going to get fucked up. But when I'm fucked up, I'm the real me, you know what I'm saying? Oh, timer up. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's talk about the Olympics. The Olympics! All I need you to do is one simple thing. Mostly I just do the presentation and we watch ads and learn about them and it's great and fun and happy. But I need you to do one thing for me, and that is to use your peepers, these things right here, analyze the screen in the ocular region, and determine when you see yourself in our amazing, scientifically created Marketing Monday intro. When you do, go to your keyboard, type M-E Poggies, and you'll give me all the power I need to host Marketing Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Olympics Ad Review Marketing Monday. Every 4 years, really, because I ignore the winter. Every 4 years, we look at the Olympic ads to determine which ones are the best and the brightest. But first, I want to take you back, okay? January 6th, 1994. January 6th, 1994, in Detroit, Michigan. Most of you not even born. Okay. Should make that sure that's correct. Sorry, 1 second. January 6th, 1994, in Detroit, Michigan. A woman named Nancy Kerrigan is finishing. This is going to play, right? Is finishing her figure skating practice. She finishes up her practice for the upcoming qualifiers for the Olympics. She walks down to a hallway right outside the rink. Immediately, as she enters the hallway, a strange man approaches and smashes her in the leg with a metal baton. Immediately as it happens, is caught by cameras for the world to see, and it goes incredibly viral. For 1994, this is one of the biggest stories in the world. Why? Why was this woman randomly attacked after practicing for the Olympics? Well, it turns out, after investigation, that the man who attacked her was hired by this man, Jeff Gooley, who was the ex-husband of her biggest figure skating rival, Tonya Harding. People start to think there was a very obvious connection, as the next day, after these qualifiers, Tonya Harding wins by a landslide and qualifies for the Olympics. Creates a bit of drama. Now, this drama can't be directly tied back to her at the time, so she's allowed to compete. However, it is a media firestorm. The entire world starts watching, especially in America. It's the biggest story, lasts for months. All everyone can talk about is this Tonya Harding, Nancy Kerrigan setup, betrayal, disaster. And when Nancy Kerrigan recovers and is given the spot to compete at the Olympics alongside Tonya Harding, it sets up an incredible rivalry on the Olympic stage. Which turns out Tonya loses. Tonya loses pretty badly, getting 8th. Nancy Kerrigan gets 2nd, silver medal. Heroic ending the story. Now, she's also banned from figure skating for life afterwards. The important thing is this media firestorm, this showdown, this incredible moment leads to 43.2 million people tuning in to watch the 1994 Lillehammer Winter Olympics. Again, Olympics in winter almost never pass summer. This had nearly double. It was an incredibly high number. And ever since then, the Olympics have declined in viewership. The Olympics has never matched that number again since 1994. Consistently year over year declines. And you might say, okay, the Olympics have fell off. You might say if every 4 years, basically, the number of viewers goes down, well, probably advertisers are going to care less and less. It's less culturally relevant each 4 years. Turns out that would make sense. You'd be dead wrong. Actually, every 4 years, the amount of money spent on sponsorships for the Olympics goes up dramatically. And this recent 4-year period was one of the biggest spikes yet. Broadcast revenue way up. Sponsorship revenue way up. IOC sponsorships way up. Never before have they spent more on the Olympics. And in fact, this year's Olympics in Paris 2024 had a record $1.2 billion in advertising. Again, brand new record, including 350 for digital, which was, again, also a new record. So again, massive increase. Why is this? Why is viewership down but spending up? The answer is quite interesting. It turns out there's really not that many things in the world that can reach a global market, some sort of emotional appeal, and get people talking on social in a non-controversial way. The opportunity space has grown so limited because we're all watching our own niches that it's basically three things. It's royal weddings, it's the World Cup, and it's the Olympics. And so the Olympic organizers, even though their viewership is down, have no real competition in the years they run. For 2024, nothing is going to get more global viewership in the Olympics. And so every big brand has to pay through the nose increasingly to get these few shots at hitting a global audience. Again, think about it. Great Olympic moments where you get to be associated with all-time legendary athletes that we look up to are very rare. You get to be associated with a culture of winning. To be associated with someone like Michael Phelps is like every brand advertiser's dream. Again, and generally, the Olympics are non-controversial, family-friendly, and feature our best and brightest as heroes. Now, occasionally, you will see a blue guy's nuts. And some controversy does enter the fray. But occasionally, this will happen. Outside of that, brands are pretty happy with what they get at the Olympics. And so, I have decided to review this year's 2024 Olympic ads with the patented Atrioc system, where I've devised a thing called, these things called medals to determine the winners. A truly brilliant idea. I'm going to give the really good ones a gold medal. Okay? The mid ones, a silver medal. The bad ones, a bronze medal. And the really bad ones, a rat wearing a beret and baguette. That's a little nod to the fact that this is held in France. A truly brilliant tactic. And so with this powerful mechanism, we should be able to look through this year's ads. And I think, overall, a lot of these ads are just ads. But some of them tell a story on what companies are thinking, what the times are changing, and what we can learn from what they're trying to do, what they're spending their money on, what they're trying to do with our time and our attention, and what they're trying to get us to believe in. So, without further ado, I want to jump into it with the very first ad, which I think is probably one of the most controversial. One of the most controversial Olympic ads. And I would love to hear your opinion as a chat, because it has generated quite a bit of discussion. We will start with Google's Gemini ad. Again, AI, a major theme of the ads this year. A little help from Gemini. Let's watch this.
My little girl's always been a runner.
Actually, I think it would be better if we watch these in full screen. So I will do that from now. Perfect.
My little girl's always been a runner, just like me. I've always thought she was following in my footsteps. Hey, go get her, baby. But lately, she's been looking up to someone else. She might even be the world's #1 Sydney fan. And like Sydney, she's focused on her technique. Good job, baby. Accelerate out the curve. High knees. There you go. She wants to show Sydney some love, and I'm pretty good with words, but this has to be just right. So Gemini, help my daughter write a letter telling Sydney how inspiring she is. And be sure to mention that my daughter plans on breaking her world record one day. She says, sorry, not sorry.
It might shock you to find out this ad was not well received. It might shock you to find out that the first half, the heartwarming story of a daughter who looks up to an athlete, having her dad, who says he's good with words, outsource helping his daughter to an AI to write a slop letter that had no humanity in it to send to her idol. It might shock you to find out that that was the case. But if you want to drive it home, here's an article. Everyone hates that Google AI Olympics commercial. It has become newsworthy how bad this commercial is. And after a while, after getting absolutely roasted on their own platform, YouTube, Google, who almost never does this, turned off the comments. It's a funny thing to do when you own YouTube. You know what I'm saying? To be like, let's get rid of that feature. Yeah. Pretty bad. I mean, I obviously have put this immediately in the rat tier. I think it is tapping in. This is similar to me to this ad from Apple, where it's like, taken in a vacuum, the ad is fine, right? It's got a heartwarming message. It's cute. It's about using the product in a way. But when you tap into the larger societal feeling that we all have about the advances in technology that are so rapid recently, kind of crushing the creative spirit and the humanity out of things. Ever since post-ChatGPT, there's a general sense, especially among artists, writers, creators, that AI is like giving them a raw deal. It's stealing their work, devaluing their craft, and generally removing the humanity from like one of humanity's greatest efforts. And when you tap into that in such a naked way in an ad, people get pissed off. I mean, just it's hard to something like that. Now, I will say this from a cynical marketer's perspective, because people are often, what they say and what they do are different. It's possible this ad is a bronze in that people will look at it and be like, ugh, that is so terrible. And then later, when they need to write a speech for their dad's funeral or write a birthday card for their friend, and they go, oh, I haven't done it, I need to do something real quickly, they'll think back to this ad and they'll use Gemini. I'm not even kidding. People are like that. People do that. That when they think of the use case, they're often judgmental in the moment. So it's tough for me to balance this out, but because the immediate reaction has been so negative and it feels so tone deaf for the time, I'm going to keep it in the rat tier. But I wanted to start with that one because that one was a truly, I think, controversial Olympics ad. However, I did find this, which is apparently the only good AI advertisement. And it's about pro blue-collar workers. That's gold. Obviously, if they had run that, I think it'd be a slam dunk gold medal. But unfortunately, they didn't have the skill. Speaking of AI, there was an additional couple of ads in the AI space, starting with this one from Microsoft, talking about their Copilot program. I'd love to see what you guys think this is rated. Okay, so it's so funny to me because this one is less nakedly offensive than the last one, but it's also way more confusing and boring. So as a marketer, I almost think it's worse. It's like this leaves no memory in your brain at all. It's just stock footage of things that are so unrelated to what the product does, and then it just shows people using the product for, you know what I'm saying? Like, why show a pregnant woman getting better at lifting because she can also use Copilot to make a presentation. It's such a tenuous stretch. It's such like a way to try and force in human stories or overcoming. Like, it's not unethical for them to just be like, hey, Copilot can help you do these things. That's not hard. In fact, Google used to do that with their ads. Google had really good stuff about just how you can use Maps and Gmail and things with the product front and center. I don't know why they're so afraid to do that. They tried to couch Copilot in. Anyway, I'd probably put this as bronze. If you put this in rat, I wouldn't shame you. But for me, this is a bronze. It's like so. It's just bad. It's like a unmemorable, generally bad ad. But it does feature the product, and I guess you could remember that it could be used for that. The thing is, chat, I'm going to be honest with you. I have noticed when I do these that I like to fill all 4 categories, and you guys like to either put it in gold or rat every time. Whatever the equivalent is, you generally have no nuance when it comes to separating out. Do you know what I'm saying? It makes the rats more ratty if you actually use the other ones. So, I'm going to put it in bronze, but I appreciate, I would still love to hear your opinions. But I don't think it's as bad as the other one. All right, continuing. Is there another? Yeah, I think there's one more AI ad. Perhaps. No, our next ad comes from Canada. Which I should mention. I probably need to mention. Is going through a bit of an Olympic spying scandal. Oh, sorry. Marketing Monday. You know, Canada really needs a win on the advertisement front because the Canadian soccer, I think both men and women's, are accused of using drones to spy on other soccer teams' practice and try to steal their is my understanding. I don't believe the players are implicated with the coaching staff. Anyway, hopefully this ad can really bring us back to a pro-Canada kind of place. Let me pull it up for you. This is from Kids Help Phone. A Canadian ad from McCann, Canada. Kids Help Phone. Oh, good. It's going to DMC my video. Forgot the fucking Queen is in it. Okay, great. Well, deal with it. I don't. Editors, figure it out. I'm sorry, but you could tell it's Canadian. The first sport they're over with is hockey. Fucking Olympic montage opening with hockey. It's a dead giveaway that a Canadian ad agency's behind this. All right.
And bad mistakes. I've made a few. I've had my struggles and kicked right down to the wire. Over the way.
There's always next year.
6. He's got bad feet. He can't even move. He's not even moving.
8.
I can't do this. What if I don't make the cut?
6.
How could you miss that shot?
8. Stand tall. Chin up. 6.
So I do have to pause. This is how it feels being a streamer. Do you know what I'm saying? I think they actually captured the essence of it. This is how it feels. The pressure. Do you know what I'm saying? The fucking. It's honestly, it's the same. And if anything, it's a little harder for me. Is this how you feel at Chili's? Yeah, exactly.
8.
That's no gymnastics for another 6 months.
I missed out on the final. I can't do this.
Let's win this thing.
So, I guess it's a mental health hotline where you text 68686 and you can get. I think the ad's pretty good. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have trouble when so much of an ad doesn't mention what it's for, because I just know people don't remember. However, Canadians can weigh in here. My understanding is this is well known, or this is like more well known in Canada, the 68686. So it's kind of like it brings it back. So I could put this in goal. I mean, there's no real. The ad is memorable. It uses emotions well. It ties into the Olympics. It tells the downside of being an athlete. It reminds you of the mental. I think it's, I mean, no ad is gonna be as good as a movie, right? It's just a fucking for an ad. I think it's pretty good. I think it's well made. I could put it in gold or silver, and I don't really care. I could even roll in a poll. I don't. But I think it's good enough for one of those two. It depends on really how well known that 68666 is. If it's well known and it like ties back in to a larger campaign, if it's not well known, this is not good enough to get it out there. Like no one's gonna remember it too easily from this. But if it's very well known, then I could put it in gold or high silver. I'll put it in high silver for now, and we'll adapt. We'll see how it all shakes out. We can move things up or down. Anyway, well done, Canada. I'm not biased. If I see a good ad, I give credit, and especially in a year when you have this, I was prepared to hate that. It was solid. Good job. Good job. I know you all worked on it together. Be honest, Canada. Did you all put your heads together? That wasn't one agency. That was every Canadian working overtime. You guys all had a big meetup, and you're like, we can't fuck this up. We have to. Atrioc's ratings are coming up. We need to at least get a silver. Okay. Well, good job. Okay, continuing. I'm sorry. Continuing. Oh, beer. Let's get to the beer. Big push for beer ads in this Olympics. Now, you might think, why would beer ads work on the Olympics? The same way they work on any athletic program. The viewers have different standards than the athletes. We like beer. People like beer. And the thing is, the big push among these Olympic Games is around the fact that, Gen Z and Gen Alpha, I believe, all of this, are more straight edge than any generation before them. They drink less than ever before, and when they do drink, they prefer light beer. Millennials, same way. Millennials, alcohol consumption has been declining, and they also prefer light beer. And so these ads are leaning in to the low-calorie, great taste, athlete-adjacent beauty of light beer. Let's see how we start with Molson Coors' ad, Sponsor the Parents. Sponsor the Parents, a 45-second spot. Nice, tight 45 seconds. Let's see. Oh.
Greatness takes a lifetime of sacrifice. First to the gym, last to leave. Giving everything for one moment of glory. They've toiled in the darkness. Now it's their time to step into the spotlight. At Paris 2024, Molson isn't just sponsoring Team Canada athletes. We're sponsoring their parents. They gave their kids everything. We gave them beer. Molson, everyone in.
So they paired this with like some social media where they had the parents do like, red carpet type interviews. And I think, again, a pretty solid concept and good Canadian ad. I don't know. There's a lot of golds in chat, which is surprising me. I think it's pretty good. I think it's a fun idea. I also especially like in the modern age having a social component that goes with the ad, because ads don't get seen as much. And again, for the Olympics, I can't stress this enough. Viewership is down, but watching highlight clips is way the fuck up. Most people experience the Olympics by watching a 2-minute clip of the sport they like, the moment they like. That is how people experience the Olympics. They no longer watch the broadcast. So finding a way to have a social component is pretty important. I think for me, it's like high silver, low gold. It's a solid idea. And of course, it's feel good. You know, people love talking about the parents of athletes. Silver because the parents were ugly. It's a little rude. I don't think. Wouldn't it be weirder if it was like a bunch of hot parents? If they were all like weirdly hot? I feel like that would be. I feel like that would throw off the. Plus, these are Canadians. How hot could they be? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we can agree. Pretty solid. Let's not get too caught down on the exact thing. It's pretty solid. However, there were more beer ads. And let's get back away from Canada over to America, where we have 2 USA-themed ads from Michelob Ultra. Let's see. Americans, rev your engines.
While our nation's best are giving their blood, sweat, and tears in Paris, we'll be sweating right along with them. Michelob Ultra. Superior is brewed here.
I feel patriotic already!
Let's see if Team USA can...
Okay, here's part 2. Here's part 2. It's a two-parter. Gold! Let's see. That's two-parter. Let's see the part 2.
Let's see if Team USA can carry this to the end. Seconds remaining as USA makes a final push down the field. Let's see if they can rally together here. USA! A sensational pass! This could be it!
Michelob Ultra, proud sponsor of U.S. Soccer.
That's the most bronze I've ever seen in my life. I'm sorry. That even has like actual stock footage. Like actual reaction face stock footage. So unmemorable. Just soccer clips plus USA. But obviously, you know, the power of the Olympics is if you like the soccer team, this shit works by osmosis, bro. It just the good feelings you have about the team in America are transferred. I think, yeah, the first part was a little funnier. The sweating joke. And also, I think I'm a big believer that for any food or drink based ads, you should show the product for 99% of it. I'm a firm believer. From everything I've read, if you're doing like a food ad, just show the fucking burger, show the price, make it look tasty. I swear to God, it's that easy. I think it applies for everything. That's my sincere belief. So I could put this maybe bottom of silver for this one, but overall, I think combined it's bronze. All right, continuing. Okay, this one I think we're all qualified to talk about because it's a 90% male chat. I'm sure we can appropriately respond to this ad about periods. Okay? Not the punctuation. I'm sure we all are qualified to give an accurate review of this ad from Knix or Nix. K-N-I-X. I don't even know how to say it. We'll find out.
Work and play.
Okay, let's see. Called, they have a campaign called Talk About Your Period and Get Paid. You in? Which is going to be tough. I don't know that I could get paid to talk about my period. But we'll find out.
So many times I've sat up here and talked about my wins, the big competition I was going to, the game-changing goals that I've scored. And never ever mentioning that I was on my period. Too much information? Nah, not enough information. And that's why Knix will pay athletes to talk about their periods. I mean you, world-class athletes. Many of you will soon compete on the world stage during your period. But Megan, no one cares if I talk or not about my period. Well, newsflash. 1 in 2 teens skip sports to hide their period. 1 in 2. All these kids ashamed of something as human and natural as their period.
And we're dropping out of sports we love.
Enough with the shame. It's time to keep every teen in sports by being loud about your period. Because the more we talk about periods in sports, the more we normalize periods in sports. And the more teens stay in sports.
Okay, I'm just going to say, I'm not sure. I can't speak for girl-on-girl bullying. I'm not sure that talking about it in high school would work. You know what I'm saying? Like if I feel like for like say a male equivalent, like talking about when you get a random boner or something, like I feel like that is opening yourself up for more bullying. But maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Monor's different. Okay, but among high school bullies, is it different? Do you know what I'm saying? Anything, any unnatural or not unnatural, any natural thing your body does. I'm sorry, I said unnatural. I feel like all of it is fair game for bullies. Depends on the friends. Teacher can. Anyway, I'm open. I'm open to discussion. Do we think that this ad
Check for details at Sport Your Period
is successful at promoting Knicks? My answer is still no. But I'm open to other opinions. I don't think I even understand the product. Only that they want people to talk about periods more. That is my take. I think this is a possibly able to go viral campaign, but it doesn't seem. Ask Ari. She's busy. I would love to ask her actually, but she is busy right now. We'll see if she has time later. I can pull it back. Anyway, I don't have an expert here. If there's a woman in chat who would like to give their thoughts over Discord, I'm down to pull you in. I'm opening the Discord. I started the stage. It's called Women Only. I feel based on usernames that already people are joining that are not women, but I will try. Okay. We're getting Dr. Claire from New Zealand. Based on your name, I think you're from New Zealand. Dr. Claire. We need goop. Dr. Claire dropped out the second I invited her to speak. Wait, hello?
Okay, hi. This is not Claire. This is Rosa.
Okay.
Claire says in chat she is trans, as am I.
Okay.
But from every cis woman I have talked to, they have talked a lot about destigmatizing the period and how that is a really good message to sport. No pun intended. So I believe that this is a overall, I would say either silver or gold, but I'm not.
Sure. Okay.
I'm not
understood.
This woman.
Appreciate that. Let's see. We have. Let me invite up. Who? How can I add you? Your name is just D. How do I? I'm boomering. How do I invite you up? She says, I'm a woman with a period, but I can't invite her up. I'm trying. to do it. Okay, Rum.
Hi.
Hi. What did you think of the ad?
So I think that it's really good. I would consider it a gold because, especially one of the big things for women in sports or those who have periods in sports, is trying to show that just because we are women, it does not matter. We'll still be competing at higher levels. So saying that, yes, we can have a period, it doesn't make us angry, it doesn't make us irrational. We can still compete at an Olympic level while on our period is an important thing to say, because there's always the joke, oh, we can't have a female president, we can't have a female athlete because
Sure.
on their period get irrational. So I would think a silver, if not a gold.
Okay, cool. Appreciate that. Thanks.
No problem.
I didn't mute her. I totally spent time. Okay. So I'll get one more take. One more take. As a high school girl, I'd like to give my input. Invite to speak.
Yo,
Corey.
obviously, I don't know how my mic sounds because like I got a new mic and like my fan's running. So like, just like, how is it right now?
It sounds good. I think everyone. It sounds
Okay.
good. Yeah.
So hello everyone. Hello stream. So I play sports, right? I play soccer.
Okay.
And I feel it's more of a silver. Like, I agree, it's a topic that needs to be talked about. Like, how it can, like, impact our lives, like, our daily lives, our daily routines. However, I don't know what the product was. Like, all it was just, like, talk about having a period. And honestly, watching that ad kind of made me cringe.
Okay, that's sort of what I'm thinking, but I don't want to sound crazy. I feel like I had no idea what the product was. I'm going to look it up right now and make sure maybe it's more obvious. It is, okay, I think it's period underwear. But they did not make that clear in the ad. So I didn't get that. But okay. Does knowing that change anything for you for the ad?
To be fair, like, I'm not much for, like, no, this is more of a personal thing. So honestly, I'd probably just, like, keep it at silver. Because, like, it's a good message, but, like, I don't know, like why. Like, you didn't specify in the ad, like, what exactly you do.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, I will say it's probably more memorable than many other boring ads. It does stand out. It makes you think. And, yeah, okay, interesting. Okay, I guess more personal question, but like, did you think the story they told about people, like you play sports, have you felt the story they're talking about where it's like you feel, I don't know, like it impacts your ability to play sports or you feel
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I'm the one that doesn't take days off.
Okay. Grindr?
Like, it doesn't impact me.
Holy Sigma.
Yeah. Like, I mean, my thing is, like, just get through it. Like, just bear through the pain. Like, I just treat it like every other, like, I don't know, like, minor, like, injury or bruise. I know it's gonna sound, like, I don't know, full of myself.
You're the
like...
bully. No, you're the bully.
No, I don't, bro. Come on, bro. You think I have friends? I'm literally sitting here watching an Atrioc stream at 12 a.m.
Classic bully behavior.
Wow.
No,
okay.
I appreciate your input. Thank you very much. I think I agree with you on silver, but I'm open to other takes. And thanks for volunteering to speak. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Have a good one, Court. All right, that's enough. I think I just want to get some women's takes. I'm gonna stick with silver, just to be fair with my other. I didn't do a poll for any of them. I think that's just because the product is so unclear, even to someone who's the target audience. However, I do think it's so much better than a normal boring ad because it already gets you talking and it's out there and it's it also has a social component. So I'll give it a silver. Continuing. Thank you everyone for jumping in the stage. Let me close the stage down. Also, if you want to read more, there's a bunch of comments in the stage of people who are giving their takes. Continuing. How about this? Hey, here's a great one. Who here likes Minions? Who here loves the Minions? Is there something above gold? Because that was the best ad I've ever seen in my entire life. It was so beautiful when they screamed 6 times. Ah! They just put random Olympic athletes and then screamed with the Minions. That was truly fun. Platinum. I'm going to put it in rat, but just know that it truly belongs. I just don't have a platinum category. Do you know what I'm saying? Imagine it's in platinum, but I will drag it straight to rat. That one's kind of simple. Continuing. Sorry, I opened up these fucking beer ads and they pushed aside the actual ad. Yeah, here it is. Okay. The first European ad. Wait, every ad so far has been primarily based to North American audiences, Canada and America. This is the first ad designed for Europeans by Europeans. Okay? This is Accor, the global hotel brand based out of France. Talking about how hospitable their hotels are. Let's see. Europeans, chime in. What do you think about this Accor ad?
Et moi?
What a fucking rude thing to do. Some dude runs across the whole city to give your daughter a new ice cream cone, and then you go, what about me? Not even a thank you. Not even, oh my God, thank you. She loves it. Classic French. What's the product? I thought that was obvious. I don't think that was that hard to. It's a hotel where they have extremely hospitable concierge service. They go the extra mile. So even if your daughter drops her ice cream cone, they'll go out of their way to get her a new one. It's that's the idea. It's not an ice cream ad. You thought it was ice cream ad? Oh, maybe it isn't bad. Maybe it is bad. Maybe we're just too American brained. I feel like if you knew Accor, I will say this frame is tough. Maybe this frame is tough, dude. This guy handing your daughter an ice cream cone? Yikes. That looks like a horror film. EU teeth. So I don't know. This is a tough one for me. I think the idea is kind of cute. Like making the athlete the concierge who's running through Paris and everyone's cheering for him. There's something there. I don't know. This is a tough one. But I think overall, I don't know. It also, for me, would have to match the product. Like this is making a big product promise, which is that your concierges are that much of an extra mile. But if you're a normal fucking hotel and you don't do this kind of pisses me off. I don't know. If I worked there, I would hate this ad. Oh, yeah. I mean, the expectations you're putting on the workers. I think it's probably bronze, like a nice little forgettable smile ad. But I could also see silver. It really depends. I'd have to have a European that knows a core way in. But I think I'd probably put it in bronze. But I would put this scene in gold for the greatest horror film I've seen in a in a commercial. This guy gives me the willies, dude. Okay. Next up, after that, now we've got the European out of the way. Thank God. Aldi, another European ad. Apparently, Aldi, I believe a UK grocery store. Am I crazy? Yeah, Aldi is a UK based, I think also in Europe, German. I say this is Aldi UK. This is their UK. I think this is a UK version of their ad, but I could be wrong. Because it's on the Aldi UK account. Grocery store is doing this 40-second ad called Race Against Time, spelled like the herb. And apparently it's all about a well-known character called Kevin the Carrot. I don't know who the fuck Kevin the Carrot is, but we're gonna find out.
Summer in Paris. The games can't begin. Everyone's hopes were all on Kevin.
I'll save the games. I just need to get to the stadium.
Hop on, Kevin.
You're awesome, Kevin.
He flew through the air performing daredevil stunts.
What an eyeful.
Would he save the day with a pair of white fronts?
Oh, pants.
Then our vegetable hero was lifted up higher. He had saved the games.
Carrots of fire.
I don't know what to think about this. It's like I got in with too much UK shit. I felt waterboarded. Carrots are fire is what he said at the end after he was lit on fire. Wouldn't that be horrendous to take a sentient being and dip them into fire to use them as a torch?
Oh.
I don't know. British people in chat. Okay, I'm going to pull. Is anyone in chat British? I'm going to pull you into Discord. Please join Discord. British only. British only. British only. Hey, you better have the accent. You better have the accent. Mods, this is also a great ban list if you can keep track of who joins this. British only. Mud, you were first. Hello, Mud.
Hello. Can you,
I noticed you're playing Hitman 3 while watching.
I have you on my second monitor while grinding freelancer, yeah.
And what time is it in the UK?
In Australia.
You're in Australia?
It's 2 p.m.
I wanted a UK. I want someone in the UK.
Yeah, we have Aldi in Australia.
I'm kicking you.
We have Aldi in Australia. I said it in my chat message.
Wait, I kicked him and I'm still hearing him. I kicked him and I'm still hearing him like a ghost. It's a colony. I want the mainland. Okay? I don't want a prisoner from the UK. Dude, we have so few Brits. Twin Tails. Twin Tails, come on up. Twin Tails. Hello.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Are you in the UK?
Oh yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What the fuck?
Okay,
okay, you can hear me.
Well, I can tell you're British.
It's like R5.
Authentic.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Your Wi-Fi is tough. It's not. We're not getting
Oh right. Okay. Sure. Surely this thing's on now.
Well, okay. Hello.
Yeah. Is this any better?
It's maybe. We're trying.
Ain't no way.
Sorry.
I'm trying and yeah, hang about.
Hang about. I had to kick you out. Ain't no way. I'm sorry, brother. They're gonna have to upgrade the Wi-Fi in Birmingham. Anyone else? Anyone else is actually British? Reef. I'm inviting you. Reef, you're my last hope. Reef.
I'm not British. No.
The West has fallen, dude. The West has fallen. We can't get a single Brit. We have more women than Brits? That's crazy. Did I really lose all my British fans when I watched that video about how bad Britain is? Did I really lose them? It's 5 a.m., brother. We don't have any Brits that stay up. Let the Aussies speak. It's not the same. It's a different flag, bro. Cold. Request to speak. Cold, I invited you up. Cold, you're my last hope. Cold.
My name's not Cold, it's Coyd.
Coyd. I'm sorry, I can't read. Coyd. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Are you from the UK?
Yes.
Why does your tag say PST?
Fuck!
Fucking kicked out. You fucking asshole! All right, we have no British people. So I'll choose it for them. Oi, bruv! Is that was a right proper git, isn't it? Rat tier. Rat tier. And that's why I have so many British fans. That's why I have so many British fans. That's why the Discord is popping full of them. The next ad comes from the pet food brand Nulo. Nulo pet food. Oh, wait.
From idea to submission.
Skip the Grammarly ad. Let's see how we review the pet food brand Nulo.
In the stillness of dawn, every champion's journey begins with a dream. They say greatness is forged alone, but look closer. At Nulo, we celebrate the unspoken bond, the companions that don't count laps, only moments with you. In the solitude of struggle and in the thrill of victory, they're more than just pets, they're teammates. They say, keep going, friend. With every purr, every tail wag, Nulo helps nourish the dreamers, both two-legged and four. For every champion's journey, for every dream they hold, behind them stands a pet whose inner athlete dreams too. Nulo, fuel incredible.
What do you think? What do you think? As a millennial, I love the heckin' cute doggos. To me, this is like a textbook ad. Like, just no mistakes. Clean. Nothing clever, nothing great. I couldn't put it in gold, but to me, this is the most solid silver I've ever seen. We're going to show cute pets. We're going to explain what the product does. We're going to show it plenty of times. Now, could this have been great? Yes. I think, man, you have access to the Olympic athletes. You have access to Simone Biles. You have access to, where was she? I fucking skipped over her.
They hold
the point is, a campaign where you go to some of the best Olympic athletes and show their pets and their relationship with their pets. This feels like they made up all the stories, you know? I think there was like potential to go way better, but very cute, very simple, no mistakes. Hard to be mad at it. Definitely, I think solid silver. As a dog food do have hella protein though. Are you eating dog food? I'm sorry. Can we pause for a second? Are you regularly eating dog food for nourishment? That feels like a bad idea. You're bulking. It's not cheap. I mean, it is cheaper, but not in a healthy way. Okay, I used dog shampoo one time, and you're going to try and use me as... It's not a counter argument. It was one time. I don't... Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Nulo. By the way, just to add some credibility to it, that ad probably had more views on YouTube. Not a ton, but more views on YouTube than all the previous ones we watched, except for maybe the period except for the period one, which did pretty well. People like dogs. So I hold it up as a solid silver because they did show the product a couple times, which is nice. All right, now we get to the big dogs. Speaking of dogs, let's go to the big dogs, bro. Let's go to the undisputed heavyweight Mike Tyson of the advertising world, the person who's been doing it, been hitting the shots. Coca-Cola. I did not watch this ad ahead of time because I wanted to watch it with chat. What does Coca-Cola do for their Olympic ads? They've been making ads around big events like this for a long time. How did they bring the heat? What is their trick of their trade? Let's find out. Let's watch it live. It's magic when the world comes together. A 1-minute spot from Coca-Cola at this Olympics.
The big one for you now, the final of the women's 200 breaststroke.
Tatiana Schoonmaker back to defend her gold medal against her biggest rivals.
World record under steely-eyed Schoonmaker history made in the next few minutes.
Tatiana Schoonmaker, wow.
I didn't love it. I didn't love it. I didn't love it. The astronauts hugging randomly was pretty... I'll give you some context, though. I will say, I think this ad is geared more towards women, and a big part of the ad sales. I was reading an interview from the director of ad sales for the Olympics, which basically is that there's a lot of brand value, especially when targeting women, on being in front of women's sports. However, and this is not a knock or anything, viewership on women's sports outside of the Olympics is generally lower. Outside of maybe, recent in the WNBA with what's her name? Sorry, I'm fucking blanking. With Caitlin Clark. Outside of Caitlin Clark. But, however, based on the ad sales director, the Olympics, especially in 2024, is going to comprise 90% of the total minutes watched on female athletes in this year is going to be the Olympics. And so they really, really want to, if you want to get in front of those eyeballs, this is your time to do it. So I think this is directly targeted to women, and is more celebrating female sports at the beginning. This part, though, is it is Coca-Cola's classic thing, which is like just being there for good feelings and hugs. I don't know. It didn't really hit for me. But it's not offensively bad. To me, this is like a bronze. And it's more of their larger strategy of just always... Again, you guys are saying that Coca-Cola... Who's those people in Dune that think in time, think in eons, think in millennia? They think in ages and eons. Coca-Cola thinks in bigger bigger timelines than the rest of the world. They're not trying to get you to buy Coca-Cola now. They want to be at everything. The idea for Coca-Cola is that they're omnipresent. If they never stop spending on ads and they're always at every event and they're always front of mind, then they'll just passively be number one in the soft drink space. So I don't think this ad needed to be anything incredible. I do think it's a little off. So I'm going to put it in bronze, but yeah, you could make your own call on that. Coke is the mind killer. And I will say, the view count metric on YouTube is often like a decent proxy for whether it was interesting at all. And this has 28K views. It has nothing. I'll just show you. I mean, this is actually pretty bad for the amount of money that was clearly spent on it. It's like, now it gets seen, it's not mostly seen on YouTube, but like nobody searched this up. This is a completely unmemorable ad. 200 likes, this is like, it's very like forgettable. Why would anyone watch an ad on purpose? People do. Great ads get tons of views. This is a fan-made ad. Coke Hug Machine. No, this is their ad. 2.7 million views. What an incredible ad! I didn't know I didn't know they made that. I thought that was fan-made. You just watched an ad on purpose? Well, I get paid, and I'm interested. It's what I used to do for a job. Oh my God! Speaking of jobs. I have a Marketing Monday topic coming up on how bad a job Warner Brothers Discovery is doing. As a little teaser, you guys know how Warner Brothers and Discovery merged, and then the new CEO, David Zaslav, cut a bunch of things and then dropped the name HBO from HBO Max? Well, guess what? They realized that all of their plans sucked, and they're in a bunch of debt because of the merger, so they're planning to do this. Get this. To split into two different companies. Oh, what a genius plan. They're going to split out the streaming service to a separate company. That's the idea. Because then the market will reward that more and they'll keep all the old crap on the original Discovery. What a brilliant idea. I wish I was joking. That is actually the plan. We'll see if they can actually get through with it because as it turns out, if you are somebody who Warner Bros. Discovery owes money to, if you're one of their creditors, they do not want you to split off all the good stuff to a separate company and keep all the trash on a nearly bankrupt company. They are suing. They would not want that to happen. They are very, 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 very not wanting you to do that. Is that allowed? Turns out it may be, only because the debtors did not write ironclad contracts at the time, not thinking this was possible. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I'll give you more details. I'll update on it. But let's see what their ad was for the Olympics. They clearly have money for Olympic ads. This is Warner Bros. Discovery. Oh, here's why. This is a European ad. Warner Bros. Discovery owns the rights to, I believe it's Eurosport, which is where Europeans can watch the Olympics. And this is their ad for that.
Bonjour à tous, nous sommes à quelques secondes du départ du marathon des Jeux Olympiques.
Going for a run in Paris. Is there any way I could get a higher quality? Yeah, thank God. Okay, sorry, my bad. We'll watch it again.
Bonjour à tous, nous sommes à quelques secondes du départ du marathon des Jeux Olympiques.
Sorry, I do have to pause. I hate to do this. The poop river. Just a quick update because there's not going to be a Marketing Monday on this specific topic. They did end up canceling the competition because they could not clean the poop. They canceled it. It's fine. It's locked in, which means when the mayor swam in it to prove they had cleaned it up, she swam in the poop river. Which is very funny because she did do that to prove that it was okay, and then they tested it afterwards and it still wasn't okay, and then they canceled it. That's very funny to me.
The Olympic Games Paris 2024, live on Eurosport with every moment on Max.
Bad, right? Really boring, really forgettable. No connection to any athlete or moment or sport. Could even be rat tier, but it could also just be bottom of bronze. Completely unforgettable. Not actively bad, so probably not rat, but really boring. The only thing that mattered was this part. This is it.
Eurosport with every moment on Max.
That's it. It has 2 seconds where it's like, hey, you can watch the Olympics on Eurosport. And then it has fucking 56 seconds of just random clips. Very bronzy. Okay, hold this one for the end. Again, I am holding the big showdown between Nike and Adidas for the end. That will be our finale. I'm going to skip Nike for now. We're going to show down with Nike. They're always the big Olympic advertisers. They have their showdown. We'll compare Nike and Adidas at the end. Until then, we have Figs. Medical apparel brand Figs has spent their largest campaign to date. They splurged on a Olympic ad spot. Figs X Team USA. Let's see what they have for us.
Good. Follow my finger with your eyes.
Okay, you got it.
Just relax. I'm gonna get your brace off.
Just slow, deep breath, okay?
Just gonna take a look here.
Scrapes, sprays and fractured nose, bending, stretching, holes, and cracks and clicks, and we can get through this.
But I want you to visualize yourself conquering the problem.
8, 9, 10, let's hit the track. Drops and gaps now
Pop the shoulder right back in. Wait.
Head, shoulders, knees, and hope. Strength, guts, brains, grit, and heart, soul, and sweat, and tears,
It's gold for the Americans.
What do you think? What do you think? Understand that this is medical supply, right? So you're only buying this if you're in the... What's the product? The product is like the scrubs, right? It's like this. It's what they wear. So regular people will not be buying this. It is literally for a very specific niche. I think if you're in that niche, it feels pretty good to me, but I could be off. I think this could actually, for me, be a gold, is what I'm trying to say. I feel like if you're in that niche, but again, it would take me understanding that niche better. I would need to know somebody who buys this stuff. Because it really does, like, this is you guys are saying, oh, it's gross. But this is what it's targeting. It's targeting people, like, it immediately makes it apparent it's about healing, medical equipment, medical care. That side of the Olympics is not shown. It's showing it, which already draws attention. They got the product throughout it. I don't know. I feel good about it. I think it's a pretty good ad. I mean, I think if you put yourselves in the shoes of having to market medical apparel, you'd find that's a pretty tough challenge. And I think they use the Olympics pretty well. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I like this ad, but I still would love to hear the opinion of somebody who buys it. Your mod is a medical professional? Who? Which mod? I would love to have you come in. Let's get an opinion. I'm medical professionals only. R-dubs, join the room. Okay, I saw Mud join again. Mud, you are the Australian who lied about being from the UK. I'm not bringing you up again. You're not also a medical professional. R-dubs, would you like to join? I'm in medicine. Okay. Join. I can't see your username. Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah. How's it going? I'm Silly Goose in chat.
Hi, Silly Goose.
What's up?
What is your experience with medicine?
I'm a phlebotomist and I wear scrubs. To be honest,
bless you.
Figs are super expensive, especially if you're like not making good money. You don't really wear them. But it's a good commercial. I was also an athlete, so you see that kind of side of athletic medicine, and that's super fair point for them to be making. So I thought it was good. I liked it.
Can I ask you what a phlebotomist does? I'm uneducated.
It stabs you with needles and then draws your blood.
Ah, interesting. You draw blood. Okay. And
Yeah.
so you said figs are
they're like the bougie brand.
Okay. They're like the Lululemon of
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. That's so funny. I didn't know there was like tiers of Okay. In that case, I feel like the ad did its job, but tell me if you think I'm crazy.
No, I agree. I think it, like you said, targeting that side of it. I think it does its job.
Are you currently a figs user?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay.
I'm so broke. What are you talking about?
Okay, cool. Well, then if you think, because I think that would generally be like, fuck them. But you still have a good opinion of the ad. So it puts it in a positive light in my opinion. Okay, any last thoughts? Or I appreciate you chiming in.
No, thanks. Appreciate you.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Thanks, Goose. I'm going to get one more. I'll get one more medical professional. Who's requesting? B, you're requesting to speak. But you have to tell me you're a medical professional, or I don't trust you. R-Dubs isn't joined. R-Dubs did not join the Discord, so I can't bring R-Dubs up. I'm requesting. I'm a doctor. If you're not a doctor, I will ban you. I just before you jump in. Mud is R-Dubs? No, I'm not bringing up Mud. It's rich shit, but I work in the PT part of sports and it's good. There you go. Of course, someone with a Charizard in their name is a doctor. I'm just inviting. I'm really a doctor? Well, you're not volunteering. W. You have to raise your hand so I could add you. Whoever you are, W something. East Coast Frog. Is that R-Dubs? Okay. Is this R-Dubs?
Hello?
R-Dubs.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so you work in medicine.
Yes. I am a doctor of physical therapy.
Oh my goodness. And tell me what you thought of the ad.
You know, I hate figs as a brand.
Okay.
But overall, it's a good ad.
Okay. Why do you hate figs as a brand?
So imagine you have an iPhone, right? It's the premium version of the product you're selling, but its use case is to get shit on all day.
You mean like literal blood and shit and piss and all that stuff? Like,
yes.
I see. Yeah, okay. So what you're saying is that the idea of high-end scrubs is stupid as a concept because spending that much money on something that's going to get ruined is dumb in general.
Yeah.
I see. Interesting. Do they wash better?
But
do you know what I'm saying? Do they?
No, they don't wash any different.
Yeah,
but
really
the
stupid.
cuts are better. I'll say that.
The cuts? What do you mean? What's the cuts?
Like how they fit, and they have different styles.
Oh, they fit nicer. They're okay. I see. So if you want to flex, you want to look good when you're. What I'm shocked about is, in my mind, if you'd have asked me who pays for that, it would not be you or any doctor. It would be the hospital.
Well, so I work at a hospital, but no, they don't pay for any of your clothes.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
No, the craziest part is, so the people who buy scrubs, this is a generalization. People in medicine are going to not like this, but it is first year just graduated nurses who have not gotten stuff on their scrubs yet. And then, you give them like a year and they're buying the mid-range stuff,
I see. They're being cost conscious. Okay. Well, maybe the ad works on the first years. That's interesting. I appreciate that perspective. I did not know that you had to buy your own. That's kind of crazy. Anything else?
No, I mean, overall, probably a gold ad.
Yeah, I think so too, but I liked hearing more about it. Thanks, Ardubs. Appreciate it. That was interesting. I'm glad I'm doing these little call-ins. I'm learning some stuff I didn't know. I did not know that there's a market for different tiered scrubs that you pay for yourself that have different styles and cuts. But I do think the ad was good. I think, understand that, like, regardless of what it is, that's their job. They have to sell these figs products to a certain niche. And I think they did a good job with it. All right, continuing. Oh, dude, I watched this ad before. It was like 20 seconds. This is an ad for European trains, which I feel like is hard to fuck up because European trains are cool. They have these trains that we don't fucking have. And they made it incredibly I'm sorry to dispose you. You can tell me what you think. They made it so boring. 20 seconds long. This is Let the Games Begin by Eurostar.
And she's off, storming to Eurostar, carriage 14. Followed by Green Shirt. This is the moment he's been packing for. Yes, hydration is smart, but not on the home stretch. She takes the gold. Let the games begin.
That was the ad. I mean, that was terrible. That was terrible. Apparently, he's a comedian who is, I guess, somewhat well-known, maybe, but, that wasn't displaying him in any comedic way. I don't know. That felt like it was a 18-second clip of people walking to a train with voiceover. I was shocked that, if you're going to pay for the Olympics branding, that was such a way to use it. But I'm glad they have trains. This is an ad from the Olympics themselves. The International Olympic Committee spent money with, I believe, NBC, who is selling the ads, to run an ad about how great the Olympics are, about their own IOC refugee Olympic team. Let's see how they did in this 45-second spot from the IOC.
How many roads been dusted? Told myself that I wouldn't shed tears and they sprayed my woes in public. I swear that I bled, I fell from grace and it left me broken, busted. Left my soul disgusted. That's when the focus rushed in. I had to show them something. Throw some punches, I rolled and ducked it. Stood right in the eye of the storm and the vibe was so conductive. I feel the pulse, I'm pumping. Two in the zone, I love this. What kind of moment does this?
And now we're here. For all of us.
The refugee Olympic team. I don't know what to think because the beginning part, I couldn't tell if it was cell shaded by artists or if it was AI generated, which I guess is a problem of our times more than anything. But second half worked. It also had a snap lens co-component. Yeah, if not AI, I thought decently solid. Maybe bronze, maybe silver. But I guess it's a cool idea in general that the Olympics allows refugees to compete under no banner, basically, which is interesting. So as a promotional aspect for the Olympics, I think it's cool. Okay, nearing the end here, the Aura Ring. The Aura Ring did an Olympic spot, an expensive one. It's a Finnish healthcare tech company that has a ring that you put on your finger to track like your heartbeat and your sleep and all of that. The Aura Ring. W Aura. Well, let's see. Let's see if it has W or L Aura in this minute-long spot from the Aura Ring.
I take you, body, in sickness and in health. From this day forward, through good times, bad times, and all the in-between times, I promise to trust you, care for you, and actually listen to you. I vow to continue learning from you for as long as we shall live.
She married her own body, folks. What will the woke think up next? Parasocial ring. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I'm predisposed against this product because I've heard bad things. So I'm having. I don't think this ad swayed me, but I don't know that I'm the best judge. I had a friend who was an investor and they lost money and they were pissed. So I don't know. I don't know. They're obviously feeling the pressure from growing competition in the space from smartwatches and other wearables that are tracking the same stuff. So they're trying to get I do think it's a bit of a miss to do an Olympic ad because one of the perks of paying for Olympic ad space is you get to use the rings and all the Olympic accoutrements. And this could be any ad. It's so un-Olympic that it's a little bit odd to me. Doesn't tell you that it does anything. I think it implies that it has sleep tracking and heart health and all. Like right here, it tells you this. But again, Google used to be so good at ads like these where they would show you using the product and what kind of like what the tracker looks like and like it would go through the actual process so you could see yourself using it. It wouldn't be so high-minded. I think Google was one of the goats of early showing someone actually using it. I think this is a little weak, but I don't know that it's offensively bad. Probably silver. Probably bronze, I mean. Okay, now we're in the fucking the big two, I think. Yes, sir. We are now in the big showdown between Adidas and Nike. The big showdown, the grand finale. Adidas and Nike, who have had a long and storied Olympic competition, famously for the London Games. This is like an iconic marketing story. For the London Games, Adidas bought the exclusive rights. And so Nike filmed a bunch of ads in different cities named London. It was like London, South Africa and London and ran those ads at the same time. And they also had all of their athletes wear the same color bright yellow neon shoe, which they were allowed to do. And so they ended up dominating all the social mentions for the games, despite Adidas spending way more. It was one of these great marketing coups you read about. Really well played by Nike. And so, London, Ontario and everything. Yeah, exactly. But this year they both can run ads. No one had exclusive rights. And so we'll see. Let's watch the Adidas ad and then we'll watch the Nike ad. I'll start with Adidas. Was there anything else I wanted to show before I get to the final two? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I did have one more. I'm sorry. We'll end on these two. So I got one more. The BBC ran an ad. Brits, wake up! The BBC ran an ad for their network, I guess. I haven't seen this one, so we'll see.
Love. It makes you do crazy things. It makes your head spin. It makes your heart race. Love.
This is so obviously not AI. You guys can't, you got to learn how to, you're going to have a tough time in the next decade. This is so obviously not AI. It's just a cartoon. It's very clearly extremely custom to Paris, and you're going to be cooked if you can't. The beginning of the last one was definitely a toss-up. Tough to tell. This is so obvious, but we'll go back.
Heart race. Love takes your breath away. When you fall in love, you fall hard.
What a devastating blow.
Love hurts. But there's no greater feeling in the world.
That's a new world record. A triumph. I can't believe what I've just seen.
Welcome to the city of love.
What do you think? What do you think? I think solid silver, actually, but if you really liked it, you could go gold. It felt, I mean, it's kind of easy for them because they just have to talk about how great the Olympics are because that's what they're broadcasting. They don't have a product to push. But I thought it was good, especially the second half. Yeah, thumbs up. Good job, ABC. And you know what? It's pretty big of a British broadcasting company to be so nice to the French. It's pretty nice of them to be so, I mean, it was a real love letter to Paris. That's big. That's big. That takes gumption and spirit. That's diplomacy. Gold for kindness, maybe. Maybe a gold for kindness. Okay. Oh, dude. Wait, speaking of the French, I do have, sorry, there is another ad. This one, I don't know, ran as a TV ad, but it was a collab, and I wanted to include it because speaking of the French, France's biggest company, Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy, LVMH, ran an ad called The Mission, where they talked about how their extreme artisan craftsmanship It's literally called like The Artisans. And it's about how these elite designers with the best materials handcrafted this Louis Vuitton luggage case for the medals. And it's just so funny as we've recently learned how these high fashion companies outsource almost all of this to sweatshops and have insane 5,000% markups. Specifically, do not use artisans. These are all actors. Which I thought was very funny. So, yeah, I'm not even going to rank this. I'm not even sure it was ran as an ad, but rat tier in my mind. Rat tier for the knowledge. Okay, I think that was it. There was a Hyundai Olympic ad. Just want to make sure we get that. Together we stand. No, that's Hyundai Olympic ad. Upload date. Maybe it's not good. Nah, fuck it. All right, our grand finale. Adidas. Let's see. The boys had an Olympic ad? No, they didn't pay for it, right? The boys always they swag jack. Let me see if I can pull it. I'll watch your boys ad. Generally we do official ones, but I'll include the boys just cause, you know. The Deep's Olympic ad. Let's see. I'm excited. The Deep. What has VOD cooked up for us this time?
Hello, viewers. It's me, The Deep, aka number 2, in the greatest superhero team ever assembled. While you watch humans compete at swimming, think about this. There are fish that are like way faster than them. A black marlin can swim 80 miles per hour. I should know, because one of my best bros is a marlin named Loco. He's crazy. So like, what's a marlin's big prize? Being grilled with lemon, that's what. It's not fair, bro. And is it right to call humans world champions when they live in the same world as me and Loco? Let that one sink in for a minute.
Powerful stuff. Powerful fucking stuff from The Deep. Bringing up some real issues. I think a gold for the message. And direct, you know? Very direct. Honestly, though, I gotta be honest with you. My main takeaway is that I would love to eat some fish. That looks tasty as fuck. That looks fucking tasty, bro. Makes me hungry. So I don't think that was the intended goal. But it does look good. Squeeze a big lemon over it. That sounds fucking tasty, bro. Might have backfired. It might have backfired, Deep. I'm not sure. But now, assuming there's no more random last-minute additions from chat, we get to the final two. Adidas versus Nike. Starting with Adidas. Take it away. Wait, CBC did one? These actual good ones? I think I pulled all the... What is this? No, I'm skipping this. I don't need to watch the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. Adidas. Adidas. Boom. Pause. It's really too quiet.
Hold up.
It's only talk. It's only a hurdle.
It's only another race.
Another day.
Another run. It's only noise.
It's only the spotlight.
Let's go!
It's only pressure.
You got this under pressure, Adidas. Hold your review. Hold your review. It has to be done in comparison to its competition. They're battling for market share. Let's see how Nike did. But before I get to Nike's ad, I want to give you a little bit of context. This is an important time, a pivotal moment for Nike, the world's leading sportswear brand. You see, Nike has recently reported terrible earnings, absolutely terrible earnings, leading to a collapse in the stock. And I read an incredible, insightful breakdown of some of the trouble happening within Nike from one of their former chief marketing officers on LinkedIn. Nike, an epic saga of value destruction. Now, this is a multiple page write-up, but I'll summarize it for you. Basically, he says, after he left, they brought in a new CMO and a new CEO who decided to save money by focusing on their online-only efforts. And they stopped spending on big brand advertisements, and they started spending on direct click ads. It was a massive waste of money. They also fired a lot of their ground game people that worked at stores and helped, layer up what the consumer was saying to Nike. They focused mostly on online. That was also a disaster. They also got rid of categories. So for a while, for the longest time, Nike used to have categories of people and employees for like running, basketball, every different sport, soccer, etc. That had a lot of institutional knowledge. So you can get like the best features for that shoe for that group. They fired all those people and replaced it with just men's, women's, kids. That was their new categories, which is the same as like Kohl's and Zara and, fast fashion brands. They lost like that magic of what focusing on athletes. Now, I'll have you know, he mentions it in this write-up. After years of doing that, they realized very quickly, not very quickly, but quickly enough, that it was a disaster, and they brought it back, but they called it not categories, but this new idea called fields of play. He said, it's funny they say that, because if they'd called it categories again, someone might have noticed they made a mistake. Yeah, I mean, you can't just fucking take it away and bring it back and call it something new like it's a genius fucking idea. So Nike is going through a fucking tough time. Again, famously, one of their core philosophies from the early days, this is Phil Knight saying, the first thing we have to do is capture the market for hardcore athletes, and the casual consumer will follow. It feels like, and he mentions it in this, they flipped that, and they started focusing on the casual consumer for easy money and lost the hardcore athletes. At the same time, both Nike and Adidas are facing competition from outside brands that are innovating even more. This is the brand On, I believe it's On, who created a brand new spray-on running shoe that is having a massive debut at this Olympics because it's so incredibly light. It's incredibly sustainable. It can be made super quickly on cloud. Yeah. I have a little video on it for you.
This robotic arm is putting the finishing touches on a new high-tech marathon shoe. After 3 minutes spraying material onto a mold, it's complete. It's the latest effort by running brand On, founded in 2010. It's been trying to muscle its way onto the high-tech shoe leaderboard, traditionally dominated by the likes of Nike and Adidas. Built to be lightweight and bouncy so runners can maintain a fast pace over 26 miles, marathon shoes have become big business for sportswear brands. At $330, On's shoe is at the upper end of the market, though a less eye-watering price tag than Adidas's $500 model launched last September. The light spray production method requires fewer parts per pair and challenges the usual footwear manufacturing production model, which relies on shipping finished shoes to consumers from factories in Southeast Asia. While most...
Now, I don't know about you, but if my shoe wasn't made by a sweatshop worker, I just don't enjoy it that much. You know what I'm saying? There's no thrill in wearing it if it wasn't made by a child who's underpaid. So I don't know that I can truly support this brand, but you can understand how it's a threat to Nike and Adidas' established business models. So, Nike, already self-owning internally, stock price collapsing, sales down, competition from both their normal competitors and new competitors that are beating them technologically. How do they fire back? Again, they've made a lot of changes very recently to try and bounce back, and this is their first big ad campaign since doing that. How do they bounce back from these challenges? Let's find out in Nike's ad that I'm going to play right now. Winning isn't for everyone. Winning is not for everyone is the title of this campaign.
Am I a bad person? Tell me, am I? I'm single-minded. I'm deceptive. I'm obsessive. I'm selfish. Does that make me a bad person? Am I a bad person? Am I? I have no empathy. I don't respect you. I'm never satisfied. I have an obsession with power. I'm irrational. I have zero remorse. I have no sense of compassion. I'm delusional. I'm maniacal. You think I'm a bad person? Tell me. Tell me. Tell me. Tell me. Am I? I think I'm better than everyone else. I want to take what's yours and never give it back. What's mine is mine, and what's yours is mine. Am I a bad person? Tell me. Am I? Does that make me a bad person? Tell me, does it?
What did you think? What did you think? Because in my mind, that's a gold. That's Nike at their best. I think that's a great ad, man. If you compare it to how safe the Adidas one was, how safe. Now, I will say, this is not without controversy, but in my mind, it is the right controversy. It's people talking about it in a way that doesn't harm the core brand values. People were like, well, that's not really what a sportman should be about, which I think is a fair criticism, but also understand that when they go super safe with it, it's boring. I think Willem Dafoe did a great job literally recreating the Green Goblin. That was so Green Goblin performance coded. But they used all of their great athletes in a way that I think makes sense. They also had follow-ups. Again, I'll give you the follow-up with just LeBron.
Being a winner is a curse. It doesn't matter how much you've won before. You're not a winner until you win again.
Let's go.
And again, and again. Nothing is enough. No one understands. And you never want it to stop.
So they've got these kind of things with a lot of their athletes. And I think Nike, when they're at their best, tell these very direct stories of athletes and their great moments, and then end with their logo consistently and just tie their product. And I think it's pretty good. I'm not saying it's going to bounce Nike back from a much bigger problem. But I found it to be a good ad. And I think the numbers bear that out. So if you had to guess what the most viewed ad was of the Olympics, of all the ones we showed, you might guess it was the Nike one. What you might not guess is that Nike ad had more views on YouTube than all of the other ads we watched today combined. Pretty consistently. So in my mind, it's like not close. I think this was the only true bit of like real brand marketing that I saw from the Olympics. This is the only one where they had like a message that was distinct enough to stand out and high quality and well executed. And to me, it's like top of gold. But I'm open to different opinions. Let me know in the comments, both of the YouTube video and in here, what you think. But I'm going to give them the gold and say they beat Adidas on this time. And maybe, just maybe, if they focus on what they're good at, they can turn it around and go back to the Nike we used to know. Thank you for watching this year's Olympics 2024 ad review. Hope you enjoyed. Tune in next week for more Marketing Monday. Sick. That was fun. I hope you enjoyed. Now we get to watch some fun shit together. I got some really interesting marketing and business related videos that I couldn't watch on Saturday that I thought you might want to watch with me. Oh, wait, Venezuela. Wait. Quick update. I'll give you the very brief breakdown. This is not a... Thank you for the raid. This is not a full Marketing Monday, but I do want to give you a breakdown on what the fuck's happening in Venezuela. South American politics, always a fucking excitement. Can I do the raid song? I don't have a raid song. Don't say do the raid song. I don't have a raid song. Thank you for the raid. Who raided me? I have to... Trainer Jared. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the raid. We love when you raid here at Atrioc Stream. Thank you for the raid. It was a big raid. And that's the end of the raid song. Wow, what'd you think about that? Was that kind of half-hearted? No, that was good. That was it's supposed to be delivered like that. A new International Marketing Monday. Okay, hold. Unless it's on Venezuela, hold. Okay? Quick talk about Venezuela. Okay, sorry. Sorry. I just need to make sure I've got... It's like not pulling up the right... Okay, here it is. Marketing Monday. Can this pull up? Yay! Okay. All right. Quick update. Actually, let me give you one more slide right here so we can know what the fuck we're talking about. And I'm just gonna... Hey, does anyone... Remember when you guys told me that the Intel CPU was the bad choice because it might, like, freeze up? And I said, no, haha, that'll never happen. It keeps fucking freezing up when I fucking open a new tab. It's very annoying. It's like not a huge thing, but it's like, it's annoying. Okay. Anyway, any hoot. This is Venezuela. Okay? The top of South America. For Americans, this doesn't mean the southern part of America. This is Venezuela. This is their current president, Nicolas Maduro. And they just had an election today where he declared himself the winner. We'll get into that. We'll get into that. He's a former bus driver. And he has been president for a while, including a previous very hotly contested election where it seemed like he probably shouldn't have won, but somehow did. And now this one, he was against Machado here. Well, not actually her. She's his opposition, but he created a rule where she wasn't allowed to run. He accused her of fraud and said she wasn't allowed to run. And so this person ran sort of in her stead. I forget his name. It is Gonzalez, Edmundo Gonzalez. And he ran in her stead. And anyway, everyone voted, okay? It was one of the highest turnouts in Venezuelan political history. To set you the stage, in the past 4 years of Venezuela, their oil production has collapsed and oil prices have remained low. So oil being the main source of revenue for the country, that's bad. Everything else is not so good in Venezuela, and so the economy, which is already not so great, is now become terrible. Venezuela has tried a couple of, I would say, ill-advised attempts to fight the economic malaise, including price controls backed by the military. So for a while, Maduro was having the military go shops to shop and stop them from raising prices. This surprisingly didn't work. This surprisingly did not work. And in fact, there was mass shortages. And people eventually just couldn't get food. And so Venezuela changed their attitude on that and got rid of price controls because citizens were going hungry. However, once they did that and there was no limit on price controls, they no longer had shortages. They had rampant price inflation. So 130,000% in some periods. Now I think it's down to just a low 50% inflation. And so obviously, if I talk about incumbents doing badly when we have like 6% inflation, 10% inflation in America or around the world, understand that I am very skeptical that an incumbent is not extremely unpopular with this level of inflation. However, Maduro claims that he won. Now, all exit polls prior to today and all previous polling indicated he was going to lose in a landslide. Indicated he was going to lose like 80-20. He was a complete dog in like every credible poll. And yet somehow today he said, yeah, I won. I swept. Also, strangely, people are not allowed to look at the electoral receipts. Very interesting. Very interesting clutch up. So, basically, I think this guy broke it down. High voter participation, everyone coming out to vote, and clearly strongly supporting the opposition. Maduro had two options. Either admit defeat or engage in a level of fraud we haven't seen in Venezuela before. And that's a high bar. He went with fraud. He basically said, nah, I won, and I'm going to repress any protests, which is a gambit he pulled last time. Again, people are protesting right now. There's protests in the street. However, with the control of the military, it's difficult to say that he won't be able to hold. And the thing is, when you have a few friends in your court, it's easier to, when people are challenging you, it's good to have friends at your side. And Maduro has two friends that immediately called to congratulate him on winning. Most other nations have either said they want a better look into the results or have outright called it fraud. Like Argentina called it fraud. I think America, Blinken said it's fraud. But he's got two friends. Always good to have Putin and Xi at your back, dude. Russia and China called immediately to congratulate him and certify his victory. Russia, China, Cuba, the boys. Basically these countries were the main ones. These are the main people who immediately supported Maduro's claim to a legitimate and fair victory. However, I'm pretty skeptical on it. I just wanted to give you the update. Again, rioting happened today. There was protests today. We'll see if they expand. We'll see if there's police violence in terms of blocking it. It's tough to say. However, I will say the opposition party has openly and directly said, not only did we win, we have proof. We are not stepping down. You did not win this election. And they are encouraging peaceful protest. We will see what that means. I have no idea how this shakes out. Again, Venezuelans, to my understanding, are extremely upset because, the economy being what it is. I mean, you can see under there. This is GDP in Venezuela. It had a boom under oil prices under Chavez and has been absolutely declining. Again, one of the greatest falls in standard of living in any country, but even in all of South American countries, has happened in Venezuela over the past few years. Like, people have seen their material life get worse every year for the past 8 years. And that's they're furious. I can't imagine they actually voted for Maduro again. So we'll see. We will see how it shakes out. But I wanted to give you guys a quick update on what's happening in Venezuela and why you might see like news about it. That's like the quick breakdown. I voted for Maduro illegally 30,000 times. All right, well then you changed this course of history. Now I'll watch the International Marketing Monday. Let's see what they made. So this is the International Marketing Monday about how Bangladesh's curfews backfired. Interesting.
The country of Bangladesh, located next to India and under China, is currently undergoing a countrywide telecommunications blackout, effectively isolating its 170 million residents from the rest of the world.
No internet?
This occurred after student protests demanding a reform of the job reservation system began on the 1st of July this year. This system reserves 26% of civil service jobs for protected classes, and more contentiously, an additional 30% for the descendants of freedom fighters.
Okay, you're probably going to explain this, but very high level, and then you'll get the more deals from this. My understanding is that, government jobs in Bangladesh are like very prized because they're stable and a good source of income, and the economy's not great and you want it. You want the government jobs. And the government jobs are reserved, again, in this case, for children of freedom fighters and other specific categories. This is causing a lot of unrest. People that feel like they should have a merit-based access to these jobs, and it shouldn't go based on who your parents were. Okay?
As a result, only 44% of civil service jobs are assigned based on merit alone. The students claim that the quota for freedom fighters is super unfair and is basically only used to garner favors from supporters of the current ruling party. As such, they want to completely abolish this quota and reform the rest in order to have 97% of positions be allocated on merit alone. These protests are part of a larger struggle for reform that has erupted into mass protests time and time again. To understand this struggle, you must first learn the formation of the People's Republic of Bangladesh. Until 1947, the entire Indian subcontinent was under British colonial rule. The Radcliffe Line, established during British withdrawal.
I hope they're not going to say anything bad about Britain, okay? Because that would really fuck me up. My understanding is that Britain was the nicest colonist, okay? They treated everyone fairly, and people actually loved when Britain controlled their land and resources and people. I thought that was like a really positive thing. So I hope you're not going to tell me, you're not going to disavow me of that notion.
Partitioned the region into two distinct nations, Pakistan and India. Pakistan consisted of Muslim majority regions in the northwest and east, called West and East Pakistan respectively. Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, who will later be known as...
Sorry, America was so sad when us and Britain mutually decided to split. America and Britain famously had like a mutual breakup where we like, it's not you, it's me. We still love each other, but it's not working out. Yeah, it was really sad. We really wished.
As the father of Bangladesh, had many movements in collaboration with the Dhaka University Student Union, fighting for less discrimination, better representation, and more equality to protect the rights of people in East Pakistan. As a result, his party, the Awami League, won an absolute landslide in the East Pakistan elections with a strong majority in Pakistan overall.
Okay.
Generals from West Pakistan, unsatisfied with the results, arrested Mujib and launched a massive military operation.
Okay, so lost the election, then had a military coup from the generals. That's cool. That's always a good sign. That's good for a country.
Alongside the help of a local paramilitary group known as the Rajakars. This operation amounted to an ethnic genocide against the people of Bangladesh. After 9 long months of fierce struggles, the local resistance movement was successful, leading to Mujib being released and elected as the first president of the People's Republic of Bangladesh. Along with the Awami League, he created a new constitution and enacted the quota system, which reserved 30% of all government jobs for the freedom fighters that fought against genocide and helped form the country. At the end of his first term, unwilling to cede power, he turned the country into a one-party state and declared himself as the president. This would be short-lived, however, as on the 15th of August 1975, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was assassinated alongside most of his family during a military coup, foreshadowing a pattern of military intervention and democratic backsliding.
Yikes.
For 15 years, coup after coup was tantamount to military dictators playing hot potato on the governance of the country. This time period saw mass privatization of state-owned institutions, suppression of political expression, and the banning of trade unions. This, coupled with dire food shortages, a budget deficit, and the IMF refusing more loans, resulted in mass discontent and horrific economic conditions. In 1990, once again led by the Dhaka University Student Union, mass protests were organized against the authoritarian government, which turned violent once police fired upon a rally. Over the course of months, major exiled political parties banded together in a three-way alliance to force a transition into a truly democratic government for the first time in nearly 20 years.
Okay.
Unfortunately, this would not set a trend, as every single election since has been accused of political oppression, rigged voting, and violence against opposition leaders.
Well,
as a result,
we've got that in
Bangladesh
America
has
too.
continued to suffer economically and has been accused of human rights abuses. The current Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina from the Awami League Party, is one of the surviving daughters of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and has used this connection, along with populist rhetoric, in order to stay in control of the government for the past 16 years. Mass violence, protests, and pleas for reform have occurred consistently throughout her tenure. Prominent examples.
Is there an election in Bangladesh coming up? Leader for 16 years? In this time, I feel like there's going to be
include the 2008 political crisis,
What
2010
happened?
garment
Did she
workers
win?
crisis, 2013
That's
Shahbag
crazy.
protests, 2018 road safety protests, 2018 job quota protests, and 2023 garment workers strike. The consequences of consistent nationwide protests have garnered criticisms from major international organizations, but the government has mostly refused to take action. The only exception was the 2018 job quota protest, which led to massive reform, with the removal of the quota for higher-tiered government jobs, placing them all on merit. The students of the University of Dhaka played a central role in achieving these, with a price paid in blood. This brings us to early 2024.
Okay.
Poor management during the COVID-19 pandemic has led to an economic crisis. Year-on-year inflation has risen above 9%.
Well, that's everybody.
Youth inactivity rates are up to at least 40%, with a high level of informal employment for those who are employed. And 70% of households report that rising food prices are their biggest concern.
Again,
a low level of private sector.
This is like, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Every incumbent is going to get political pressure because this is a global problem. Inflation, youth unemployment, high cost of living, low jobs and opportunities for the young. All the wealth has been siphoned off by the boomers.
Sector growth
People are
public
mad.
sector jobs is the only reliable method for upward social mobility. Additionally, harsh crackdowns against political dissent have led to falling trust in the government. The country is in dire straits, and anything can cause massive outrage. On the 5th of June 2024, the High Court of Bangladesh deemed the 2018 cancellation of civil service job quotas to be unconstitutional and issued their immediate restatement. This decision was widely regarded to be politically motivated and so served as a catalyst for the protests that began on the 1st of July. The protests began with peaceful marches in the capital city of Dhaka, among other major cities, blocking roads and highways, with some protesters laying logs on railway tracks. They brought traffic to a halt all across.
This is separate, but it reminded me, so I want to bring it up. Did you guys see that, like, at the Olympics, the day it started, some unknown group set fires to every train in France, in Paris? And then the next day or the day after that, 2 days later, I assume the same group, like, cut a bunch of internet cables. And they still haven't, like, identified it. I mean, the guess is Russians, but there's, like, no evidence yet. That's crazy. It's like this there's been 2 mass coordinated attacks on the Paris Olympics. And it's not really getting super covered, but I was kind of shocked. It's very annoying people who are there because the internet service is worse and the train service is worse because of these attacks. Like, they've just made the Olympics worse. The theory is Russia, not only because they just fuck with Europe in general, but because Russia's not invited to this Olympics because of a doping scandal. So it could be Russian backed, but tough to say. I don't know. I don't know what. Yeah, it's crazy.
Across the country. On the 14th, Prime Minister Hasina gave an inflammatory speech in which she compared the protesters.
It could have been Ludwig. He was there at the right time to set all those. Do you know what I'm saying? It would line up. And then he escaped right before. That's why he didn't want to stick around for the day of. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow, and poor Putin's getting the blame. Ludwig, that's shame on you. Shame on you to do that and then let Putin take the fucking flak for it. That's ridiculous.
To the Rajakars, who had traded from the country since 1971. In a shocking turn of events, this did not quell the protests and only served to agitate them further. They leaned into it and started to chant, "Who are we? Rajakars, Rajakars. Who called us this? The dictator, dictator." On the 15th, the Chhatra League, a student wing of the ruling party, enraged by the aforementioned chant, began to attack the protesting students, armed with rods, clubs, and revolvers. The next day, police forces joined in and reportedly used shotguns to kill a protesting student, causing a massive escalation in violence. On the 17th, PM Hasina gave another speech, this time requesting the protesters to calm down, with assurances that they would not be disappointed with the results of a Supreme Court appeal to the High Court's decision. She also ensured that all casualties would be investigated. This was not enough to calm the students down. Seeing this, the next day the army was called in to assist local police forces, who were also overwhelmed. On the 19th, telecommunications were cut off, cutting outside contact and slowing down protesters.
Are they still cut off? It's been 10 days. Bangladesh communications. 20 hours ago. Oh, no, as of 20 hours ago, the internet has been restored. Damn, so they've been 10 days in the dark and we're protesting. We don't happen. They call. I'm sorry. So students are protesting job quotas. Then the internet goes out. We don't know what's going on. Then 10 days later, they call it off. What the fuck happened in those 10 days? Did they fucking talk it out peacefully? It seems like they... Oh, Supreme Court ruling. What was the ruling? What was the ruling? Oh, they had some reforms. Our main demand for logical reforms to the government job quota system has been met. Okay, what happened? What was the change? You're spoiling the video? I don't think the video covers it, but we'll find out.
The next day, a curfew was imposed to make things worse. On Sunday, the Supreme Court, in an expedited decision, ruled that the quotas would be reduced to 5% for the families of freedom fighters and 2% to protected groups.
Oh, that's awesome!
The students appreciated the verdict, but were not satisfied as the quota for freedom fighters was not removed. Moreover,
yeah, but 95.5.
The protests had evolved past solely the quota system and had expanded to people calling for a complete resignation of the ruling party. With more than 130 confirmed casualties and hundreds more injured, whether these demands would be met soon remains to be seen. Bangladeshi people have for decades struggled and fought for their own rights, their own identity, and their own culture. At the center of it all, the students of Dhaka have always been at the forefront of bringing about change, and they still fight at this very moment to bring about a change that they know to be right while being oppressed.
Yeah, I mean, it's extremely brave to face political violence to make progress. And the fact that it worked is all the better, because those progress would not have been made without their sacrifice. Cool video. Thank you for making. I appreciate you making that for us to enjoy. As a bit of a palate cleanser, I was hoping to watch a new good work from Dan Toomey that just came out that's about Saudi Arabia's The Line. Saudi Arabia is going sicko mode on its sci-fi city-state. Let's see how that's going.
Right now, Saudi Arabia is burning hundreds of billions of dollars building an absolutely insane sci-fi ecoregion in the middle of the desert, billed as the future of human-centered urban living.
Dude, I read an article about some people who worked on this, and they were saying they could charge whatever they wanted, fly out, make little plans because there's nothing actually being built. I mean, nothing like, and then just leave. Like they said it was like the most insane money pit they've ever seen. Like everyone involved in this kind of knows it's not going to work, but they're all taking the money and like, all right, I'll work on whatever you want. Because the money being offered is so insane. I'm an architect and they're paying $600K right now. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's really, really such a massive money. It feels to me like the biggest waste of an absurd amount of, money that the country has. Like Saudi Arabia is taking all their oil money and investing it into this. Like, why don't they do what Norway does and have a sovereign wealth fund? This feels so crazy.
Inside of a futuristic hub for business and technology. It's called Neom. Neom has been getting a ton of media hype recently, driven by badass renderings of planned features like a ski resort in the desert, a line-shaped horizontal city, and an upside-down skyscraper in a mountain. But I have to say, even after seeing all these cool pics, me still confused, which is why I've decided to launch an investigation titled Neom is currently the biggest construction project in the world, which is impressive considering that it's mostly just a hole in the sand. However, the plan for Neom is to become a collection of distinct regions, each with their own fun vibe that defy the laws of science and architecture. Take a look.
This is Oxygen, the world's largest floating structure.
Trojana, a year-round mountain destination.
Aquellum is built inside the mountain.
The Line, a 500-meter-high, 200...
Very sci-fi. This is like world-building sci-fi. It was like some fucking Red Rising shit,
100-meter wide, 170-kilometer-long city.
Minecraft
the shape
projects.
Of, a line.
All right, but I mean, who among us hasn't created an unrealistic to-do list? Now, there's been a ton of reporting on Neom's wild architectural ambitions, and one of my favorite pieces so far comes from fellow A-list sex symbol Patrick Boyle, whose recent dive into Neom's design was a big honkin' hit. I invited Patrick to walk us through his favorite elements of Neom's urban planning.
Hi, Dan. Neom truly is an amazing project. Included in it is a city called The Line, which will be only 200 meters wide, but 170 kilometers long. This is quite an egalitarian plan, given that now everyone in the city will have a bad commute rather than just some people. There are other great ideas in the city too, such as the robot dinosaur park, a giant artificial moon hovering over the city, which will live stream images from outer space. There's going to be a beach with glow-in-the-dark sand. There'll be schools with holographic teachers, a metaverse platform, a digital asset marketplace for crypto and NFT trading, a hyperloop, a mixed reality social media experience, flying autonomous taxis, artificial rain, human gene editing, robot cage fighting, a sport that's really growing in popularity, robot maids, which might just be one of those robot vacuum cleaners, but I think it'll likely be much better.
Yeah.
And best of all, 24-hour surveillance with face recognition cameras and drones, along with AI-powered healthcare systems and judiciary systems. But for me, it'll be all about the robot cage fighting and the giant artificial moon. You just can't get that stuff in places like London or New York.
The West is fallen.
Half of the time, I can't even hail a carbon-neutral flying autonomous taxi around here. Neom is clearly the place to be. Back to you, Dan.
Righto! Thanks, Patty. But why build all of these robot dinosaur parks and glow-in-the-dark beaches like you're a Middle Eastern Walt Disney on trucker meth? Neom is the brainchild of Saudi Arabian Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. MBS is the autocratic leader of Saudi Arabia.
I just want to say this completely unprompted. Aiden Calvin loves MBS. Everything he's ever done and all of his opinions are one-to-one to Aiden Calvin. And I feel like that's bold and brash of him, and I respect it. I've never seen two people more ideologically aligned than Aiden Calvin and Mohammed bin Salman. Okay, I want that to be out there, and I want that to be known, and I'm proud to say it.
And other than murdering journalists, his big thing is something called Vision 2030. Right now, Saudi Arabia is the world's #1 oil exporter. It also owns the world's biggest oil company, Aramco. Vision 2030 is a grand economic plan to diversify the kingdom's dependence.
That must be true in terms of number of exports. Because the U.S. has recently become the #1 oil producer, but I guess we use so much domestically that we export less. If that stat is up to date. Because I know for a fact the U.S. is now the #1 producer.
On oil before the world transitions off of fossil fuels and oil becomes worth a whole lot less. The idea is to diversify the Saudi economy by investing their oil money in a bunch of different stuff. U.S. tech stocks, sports leagues, AI development, green energy infrastructure, and yes, futuristic sci-fi cities in the middle of the desert. And this is all with the goal of creating a vibrant, thriving economy where tourists will flock and foreign corporations will want to set up shop for decades to come. Now, Neom is the keystone to this plan, and MBS hopes that his G-fueled sand Atlantis will follow in the footsteps of places like Dubai and Singapore. Non-democratic city-states without much land or resources, but whose rulers turn them into zones with business-friendly laws so that foreign investment will flow in.
If you look at a place like Dubai or Saudi Arabia, or to a lesser extent, Singapore or China, Hong Kong, these are all places that are actually non-democratic forms of capitalism.
Quinn Slobodian is an author and historian whose latest book, Crack Up Capitalism, argues that when it comes to capitalism, instead of countries, there's another increasingly important way to understand how the world is organized. A patchwork of small economic zones that money moves through, where democratic politics don't matter as much as corporate-friendly laws and investor returns.
They are also the places that have been some of the most high-performing, high-growth, high-revenue-producing parts of the world in the last several decades. And they are looked at with greater and greater admiration and envy by some people on the conservative right. When MBS sold Neom as part of this big Vision 2030, we're going to sort of kickstart a move away from oil dependence in Saudi Arabia. One of the things he said that was kind of the most striking is we're going to build this new city, and it's going to be a totally private city.
That city is none other than The Line, which you'll recall is that horizontal, sprawling megalopolis. You're going to be able to invest in Neom where The Line exists like a company. It'll also be a free trade zone with its own set of bespoke laws completely separate from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, which is attractive for global investors who are generally super horny for things like free trade zones and tax havens, and generally not so horny for things like Sharia-based legal systems.
This is sort of one of these ideologies that's kind of on the rise, whether a total privatization of all state services from security to health to border to arbitration and contract could all be somehow done by private service providers, something that previously had been in the realm of science fiction.
That's right, everybody. Science fiction business cities with CEOs.
I'm not sure I buy it, though. Like, you know, Hong Kong was, in theory, economically independent, and then in practice fell under China's thumb. Like, they can say it's a special economic zone with its own rules, but when push comes to shove, the military presence in the area is the one that sets the fucking tone. Like, it's the Yeah, like the politics. Like if the rules ever contrasted in a way that harmed the host country of Neom, Saudi Arabia, they would just change the rules.
Instead of mayors and legal systems that prioritize investor interest instead of democratic rights are here. Hell to the fuck yeah. And it's not just Neom. Cities with private governments embodying the movement Quinn writes about are starting to happen in reality years after being just a fringe libertarian idea. Like in Honduras, where a group of investors and venture capital firms, including Peter Thiel and Mark Andreessen, have created a private city and special economic zone called Prospera on an island off the coast. What I wouldn't give to spend a day on a libertarian island just shooting guns and drinking Red Stripe and peeing wherever the government says I can't. And in this context, Neom's launch, a splashy TED Talk announcement, a good-looking pitch deck, and blasting promo videos from your social media accounts before you've actually made anything starts to look a little bit less like how you build a city and more like how you launch a startup.
Well, I mean, a lot of it, I think, is just the outcome of the early 2000s hype world of Silicon Valley. The idea is really come up with a cool name, come up with a good concept, and, you know, make a good pitch deck, and then, you know, figure out the rest later. You look at the things that were supposed to happen. Going to be supposedly big green hydrogen plants involved there. There was going to be a massive desalination plant. They were going to have this sort of super high-tech new logistics hub and deepwater port.
And despite many of the good intentions Neom says it has, it turns out that turning sci-fi into reality is really hard and really expensive.
Like
MBS once said
expensive.
that he expected the first phase of Neom to cost about $320 billion by 2030. So far, Neom is estimated to cost $500 billion, and most people think that's a gross underestimation. And maybe it would seem worth it if the desert was littered with these kick-ass cyborg palaces we were promised, but so far, that ain't how the cookies crumble. Construction has only really started in earnest in 2 out of the 10 developments that Neom has announced, Sindala and the Line. But the Line's first phase has been downsized from 10 miles to 1.5 miles, and its long-term goal remains 105 miles total. Meanwhile, estimates were to have 1.5 million people living there by 2030, and now that's been downsized to only 300,000 people.
It's not
but
happening,
this hasn't
bro.
stopped the kingdom
This is a
from
disaster.
continuing construction
A
while also
disaster.
pushing out thousands of natives who already lived in the region and murdering one tribal leader who protested eviction. Neom even has plans to host the Asian Winter Games in 2029 at the Trojena Mountain Resort that doesn't even exist yet.
Whoa! Whoa! 5 years to get this built. And working and stable and safe. Damn, that's big promises.
So, like, who told MBS that they could pull this off?
On paper, you know, they had their consultants lined up.
We meet again.
Consultants.
You pencil-pushing rattlesnakes. I knew there was something evil lurking in this project.
But the question is, will the kind of froth of high oil prices be enough to carry them into that future, or will they start to pare away all the interesting things, the frankly important things like big green hydrogen breakthroughs, and turn it into basically just another high-end resort for the wealthiest people in the world? And I think that given the kind of direction of travel of everything in global capitalism, it'll probably just end up being, you know, the like Instagrammable kind of yacht marina for rich
what a win
kids rather than anything else.
This does feel very Fire Festival.
Totally, yeah.
And folks, I don't want to stand here and act like I'm a hater against big dreams like Neom. I mean, who wouldn't love to drive their yacht into Oxagon, Norlana, or Aquellum before hitting the slopes on Trojena, swimming on the chemically glowing beaches of Sindala, and catching an opera at Utamo just to tuck into your futuristic hotel room by nightfall at Lejom Serrana or Epicon, or maybe you spend a night at your pied-à-terre at mile 84 of the Line. I certainly would, and I say that all the time. But this entire operation sounds like it's using the same tactics ripped from Silicon Valley's playbook. Talk a big game about improving the world and humanity first, and figure out how to do all that shit later. What matters now is getting investors in the door and seeing how high this rocket can fly, baby. MBS, I like your style, compadre, but as an early Theranos investor,
Direct
I
quote
gotta
from
say,
Aiden.
I feel like I've heard this song before, and it doesn't end well. Although, if I'm wrong, you know where to find me.
And as NEOM continues to expand, the Saudi Arabian government is excited to announce its latest city to add to our burgeoning economic zone. New Jersey. New Jersey is a dynamic, sexy, and multicultural hub, overflowing with innovation and tropical getaways. In a recent deal made with the U.S. government, America will slice out New Jersey and ship it to the Red Sea. In return, the U.S. will get Cristiano Ronaldo.
What a win!
Hello, truthers. Interrupting that Neom ad to announce that I, Dan Toomey, was recently on a game show called The Getaway, which is streaming now on Nebula.
Oh, check it out. Wow, we get Ronaldo. We just lost New Jersey? That's awesome. That's fucking awesome. Check out The Getaway. All right, folks, it's 11 o'clock. I'm going to call it for tonight. Tomorrow, Tuesday, I have a schedule for this week. Let me tell you the schedule. Great schedule. Best schedule you've ever seen, folks. Tuesday, Elden Ring Day. Tomorrow is the return of Elden Ring DLC. Make big progress. Going to be really fun. Elden Ring DLC tomorrow. Wednesday, I think, is TBD. Might be Get Smarter Wednesday. There's a makeup. So many fun videos I want to watch, and I don't want to get out of date. So maybe Get Smarter Wednesdays. So I have this near complete deck that's about recession and whether or not it will happen in America and what the stats are, and just some interesting thoughts on the rate of change in some things. I want to do that this week, but it's a TBD. Maybe Wednesday. Thursday is interview chat. Chat interview day. If you have a job you want to talk about, come on Thursday. Friday is, I wrote all this down because I'm trying to be Mr. Schedule. Friday's going to be maybe a Hitman type day. I've been playing more after Hitman Horse on, what was it? Thursday. I played a bunch more Hitman and I discovered some new shit. I was messing around with the through the walls trick and I found some other interesting spots to do it. And also just had some fun ideas. So I want to play some Hitman. Maybe Friday Hitman. Saturdays, get some more Saturdays. Friday we'll do Reddit recap as well. Reddit recap on Friday. GSS Saturday. It'll be a month Reddit recap. We'll do everything from the month. Okay? So that's it. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching today. Hope you enjoyed this Marketing Monday ad review. Also, plenty of news to discuss. Just so much stuff. I feel overwhelmed at being able to competently understand and explain. I've been reading so much, and there's always more to read. But thanks for watching. Glad to be back, and I'll be back tomorrow. So, bye, and let's rate somebody. We'll raid a Spectacore? Pause Champ? My goat? See ya. Bye. Just got here. I assume we're about to end. It's only because you showed up. It's like you sat down at the lunch table and we all picked up our desserts. Went to a different table. Vibe killer. I'm sorry, but vibe killer party, Max. All right, bye, everybody. Thanks for watching.